All right, and we are going to. Oops, let me get the music started up there first. We're going to start off this session with the Marcus Snow Hello Self. Whenever you're ready, Ben.
Well, Marcus, I guess this is me saying goodbye and hello. Um, Time for the hello we've said many a time. Hi, I'm Marcus, and I'm a drug addict. Might as well get that out the way. You see, you might have questions why we signed up to have our memories wiped and start anew, but that's like a long story. I'm sure you'll pick up some of the reasons why along the way, and probably pick up more reasons why we should do it again. But I'm sure you'll figure that part out. And hopefully goodbye. I'm not sure how much you, me, we will remember, but here's hoping that you forget that how much of an asshole you really are, or at least grow out of it. Who knows? Always trying to be the best person in whatever way it is, always trying to, I don't know, lead the room, lead the conversation, or at least try to make some happen. Always trying to find that next new thing, that next rush, just to get you over that edge, that new experience. And no doubt there might be times where you're tempted to go back to old ways, but just hoping that whatever I go through, you go through, will fix whatever goes on in our head, and maybe you'll just forget all about this. Wouldn't want to go out like our father, would we? Anyway, I'll leave you with something to keep in mind in case you ever hit rock bottom and you can't find your way out. Just spend some time down there, alone, and think about just everything that you've done. Maybe you'll be surprised with what you find. Anyway, you take care, Marcus, and here's hoping you do a better job than what I did. We can't fuck up too much. End transmission.
Very nice. All right. Let's move on over to. Did I have you guys? I believe I've got you on ship combat page. Yeah. Well, the ship page. I shouldn't call it the ship combat page anymore.
No, it is kind of the ship combat page.
It is. It was designed as a ship combat page, but it became a multi-purpose. This is your ship page. We'll stop the spooky music and start the ocean music. All right. So last time you, as Tula recapped, um, you found a whole bunch of things at the the bottom of this patch of ocean, only 20 meters down, and we're kind of just working over your finds. Um, and had, if I read the room right, more or less hit a point at which you, as players and characters, were satisfied with what you had, and ready to move on, especially considering there's a big old wall of storm coming at you.
Aye.
I'd say it's safer to stay down here, but the wildlife says otherwise.
Also, I don't know if 20 meters of water would that be enough?
That's true. We're only 20 meters down.
Yeah, and
I mean,
that is the floor. You can't go deeper.
yeah. I don't know. I've never really scuba dived in a real storm because usually the boats won't gonna go out. Shocker, I know.
Did Spectre Star ever find what they were looking for down here?
Funny you should ask that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nice.
with that storm coming in fast, uh, there's a crackle over the shared comms. Found it. It's Spectrestar Technologies has just found the wreckage of the Star Mint. Yes, exactly as it sounds. Star Mint.
You know, I was gonna say I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was probably about to say something.
You were probably about to say something. Very quick visual inspection confirms that the shuttle has been salvaged for useful parts, but it hasn't been stripped completely. The black box does not appear to have, or at least the very thick and hard to bypass physical restraints from moving a black box out, from removing it in a black box, are still in place. It still appears to be securely in there, and the computers still appear to be in there. And Spectrestar Technologies, despite the incoming storm, would like some highly skilled assistance from your team in recovering either one or both of those.
Can it wait until after the storm?
Is Archibald asking that over the comms?
Yeah, he's probably a little nervous. He's not really sure what to expect from a storm here.
The point agent that you've been talking to comes on the line and says, "We don't know how long this storm will be, or now that we've, well, you haven't really like dug up the area at all. So this is he's probably speaking out of fear, but says, or if the storm will sweep this away."
Can they put any sort of tracker on it?
Oh, yeah, I suppose. The storm doesn't look like it's coming in that fast. Surely we have time to get at least one of these. Be faster if you helped. We've seen what you guys can do.
Well, I'll leave that up to the rest of y'all.
Amaya is willing to help here.
It's not like Archibald can
Get
really
this
do much
over
about
with.
it,
Get
anyways.
this out.
Yeah, we're partners here, right? I'll lend a hand.
Ah, glad to hear it. By the way, you are speaking with Specialist Dallin. He's just gotten a name. Sorry, guys.
Damn it.
I'm gonna put him right over. Whoops, that's Marcus, and never mind that. Never mind that. Let's try that again.
Just the dead guy all over again.
It is. Yep.
Was it Ralphie?
Yeah. How? Yeah. Come on, Roll20. Figure out who I'm trying to copy paste here. There we go. Specialist Dylan. And for added fun, Bob Dallin. He is not a good singer. All right. Let's see. Hang on real quick.
Are we going for the flight recorder or what?
I mean, it's the only thing of value.
So I'm gonna go ahead and post up this little section of my notes here. Now let's use some bold to make it really pop. Bob's gonna defer to your guys' judgment, or at least take into consideration your guys' judgment. I'll tell you on a meta level that it is your decision. SST crew and the specialists of SST are going to be more or less split on which is more important. So you end up being the deciding vote. It is going to take time to get either of those because of, well, environmental conditions, making sure that it's done as safely as possible, and how old this vessel is, and trying to preserve and not damage whatever's left of both.
So is the ship giving signs of having been here for 7,000 plus years as well?
Yes, yes, it is. It has grown over time.
Grown. You mean there's like, like coral?
Yeah, there's plant life that has started to reclaim it.
Rust floating. But
Probably not much rust. Well, I don't know, maybe.
it's a metal vessel that's been underwater for 7,000 years.
I thought it was something that has to be exposed to oxygen, though. But regardless, it also may not be to iron. What do they make ships out of here?
Salt water will corrode a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't know. I was
Have
just
we established if this is actually a saltwater ocean?
It is salt water, but it's not as it's not as salty as Earth. Freshwater species with some adaptive evolution would not take much to be able to thrive here. Same with saltwater species, actually, from Earth.
Nice happy medium where everyone can get along.
Yeah, including the tornado fish.
It's true.
Computers would have written logs of what's been going on. Flight logs are important, though.
Like black box would have like records of like their path and everything, and also probably dates.
Yeah, out of character, I think that the black box, if it's intact, would have information about where the anomaly is that brought anything here.
Yeah. I feel like that's more
Okay.
likely to have information on how they got here.
I'm convinced. But yeah, let's go for that.
Okay. There's no need to roll for this. Your skills plus the tools that you brought and the tools that Spectrestar Technologies brought here are sufficient to pull out the black box. I'm gonna put a quick check mark next to it. If Discord will let me. There we go. Oh, it's not a green check mark, it's a white check mark. I'm so sorry, Discord.
Rip.
Yeah.
I mean, the check mark is white.
It is. I just remember there being green to it. And as you're getting the black box sealed up, so that there's less ongoing damage as you transport it, or you prepare to transport it, your comms crackle to life. Transmission coming from Tally.
From Tally, huh?
From Tally.
It was not on our ship. Or boat.
What do we got?
Well, it sounds like she is on your ship.
Oh.
She is contacting you from the Hedgehog.
Oh, that ship. Sorry, yeah, that's why I meant boat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She is not on your water
Okay.
ship.
Okay, because that would be
Contacting us
weird.
from the spaceship.
Yes.
She says what?
She is just checking in. The connection is not great. There is static. 20 meters of depth, I believe, has a fairly detrimental effect on communications, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But from
Manageable.
yeah,
Probably.
from the sorry, go ahead.
We'll say with sci-fi. We'll say with sci-fi, it's absolutely possible. I don't know. I don't actually know specifically whether.
Yeah. That would be Orlinx's area of expertise.
Depends on wavelength. I don't want to get into it right now.
I figured. It sounds like it's possible, especially with future tech. And your ship is also equipped with the survey scanner, so you've got really good equipment up there.
The main thing you'd need is an antenna that somehow wasn't affected by the water, which is gonna be hard to engineer. But of course, if there's a boat that we're on and it has a receiver and anybody's still on the boat, they can hear just fine.
Okay.
In all likelihood.
Well, they get this.
With Turbo's relay.
She does get this communication to you, and through the static asks you, tells you in brief that she has been released by her father. She uses a very incarcerated language there. She has been released by her father, and heard about the shootout. She rambles on. I'm convinced that was you, and I'm coming down with the security team. What's your status?
Shouldn't be any need. Everyone's fine. Deaths in the millions.
A bit of a spat with Spectre Stars. All we talked it out now.
Not my choice. Elena is commanding this. What's your status?
On a boat, doing a pretty good job of searching these ruins.
Underwater, found the shuttle, Spectre Star shuttle.
You're still out there, and
how's that storm looking from up there? By the way,
it's bad. It's bad.
Great.
What's the status underwater there? What do you see from the plant life around you?
What do we see from the plant life around us?
Well, it's been subtle. Those of you that have had higher notice may have been noticing this. Those of you who survived probably were noticing this, unless you were preoccupied inside of a shuttle at the computers. What was that? First of all, the tornado fish have swum away. There's no longer a fish wall or fish cloud constantly hovering around you like a vulture.
Oh, good. I hated that fish wall.
I don't like that it's worried about being here though.
Yeah, if that thing's running away, we're scared.
On top of that, the coral seems shorter. All the plant life around here seems like it has aged 50 years without any nourishment. Maybe not 50 years, right?
Point of order. The coral is not plant life.
Well,
technically it's,
this coral is.
Animal. The coral is coral
you say?
adjacent plants.
The coral like stuff on the seabed.
Like, does it look like it's like withdrawing into itself kind of thing, or does it actually look like rapid aging?
No, the aging analogy was probably not great. The coral is starting to withdraw into itself is the exact sentence I wrote. Yes.
Okay, good, because I was a little worried that we're in some sort of time bubble and we're gonna come out of here 50 years later.
I was
My
like, did we
bad.
just wander into Death Stranding territory?
Sorry about that.
Oh no. Okay, good. Yeah, don't give me the wrong idea. Don't make it think like things are aging rapidly. Archibald doesn't have that many years ahead of him. Okay, so it's like everything's preparing to weather a storm.
Yep. And she says
It's like a.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna basically say relaying that to Tally. It's like, oh yeah, it looks like everything's buckling down, I guess.
Local weather predictions are giving the storm a 2-week tail. From what I can see of it, and from what you described, I think that's accurate.
2 weeks of storm.
She explains the lingo that has grown up around this oceanic culture. Yeah, basically the storm's tail is the period.
It'll take 2 weeks.
Yeah, where you don't want to be
The
there.
tail, the tail of the storm.
Hmm.
You don't want to be under the tail of the storm, because
It-
presumably that's where the poop comes out. Nah. Sorry, no, that was Kamiega humor or something.
Uncouth of you.
However, the reduction in seabed obstruction would make it really easy for you to search the area in greater detail. The shuttle is a ways off from the ruins, and as I've updated the Discord message, there
You're
might be.
offering us a risky opportunity.
I am.
Hmm. Archibald does not want to take this risky opportunity, but I leave this up to y'all, the rest of the group. Because I'm just here as security, basically.
Do you want to know what the mechanics of escaping the storm are, or do you want to just fly as players blind? Obviously, your characters wouldn't know, but I'm willing to reveal the mechanics to you as players.
I think this one's fine to fly blind.
Okay.
I mean, we know that there's a risk to basically staying and searching more, right?
Yes.
Versus that. Yeah, I think that's clear enough.
I wasn't around, but I assume we don't have access to any kind of remote sensing capability or drones or anything that could save us some trouble here.
Do you mean like keeping drones in the area?
No, I mean, if we need to go look for ruins that are now uncovered that weren't before, do we have any way to do it remotely?
I know none of us have cuttlefish drones on us.
Your ship may be able to give you some readings, but it would of course take some time to try and scan past the past the water, and Tally's not sure what effect. Well, do you have Armstrong on your ship? You guys keep her
I
this
don't
time?
think so. I think Armstrong was on another mission again.
Okay. Then your communications specialist is not sure what effect the storm will have on getting accurate readings. So the answer there is no, you don't have anything reliable.
We're back in the things I know that you don't know realm, so I'm going to accept this and move on.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Yep. Besides which, I still wouldn't want to try running any of that stuff during a storm. But at least in theory, there's a lot we could do remotely.
Sure, I want to go for the greed play.
If James Cameron can do it, so can we.
James Cameron's whole situation is completely different than this one. The Titanic's at the bottom of the ocean. Like
this
the
is
real
not
ocean,
cool.
not the, basically it's a giant lake. Ocean.
Knox, what was that you said?
He said
Want to make a greed play for the computer thing, but if other people want to go, we can totally go. I think that the opportunity to make a secondary search of the ruins while that's happening
I just had
would be neat and funny, actually.
I actually just had a thought. Can we get like DNA samples from the bodies and see if like maybe that matches any of the Spectre Star records?
I'm assuming that you have that from Marcus's earlier successes.
Okay. So
I
that, I
don't
mean
think
that'd be
we'd
something to
expect
check.
to-
That'd be something to check against later once we're back on land. But
Kind of thing I'd expect to have be really hard after 7,000 years, but
He's got samples and
yeah.
whatever can come out. I'm not saying it'll be a perfect, but whatever can come out, whatever can be found, he's already got the necessary materials for it.
Oh, yeah, I guess
Unless
we don't have the blood in a mosquito trapped in amber, do we?
No, you
I
don't.
mean, unless the bodies have been buried down there, they've presumably been subject to a wide variety of scavenging and the aforementioned, generally bad effects of salt water.
Right.
Um,
You actually, this wasn't related to you. So there were 3 bodies that were buried more carefully and effectively sealed under stone brick flooring.
Those you have some hope of getting a DNA sample from, but if they've been underwater for any length of time, especially in a place where there's, anything alive to eat them, they've been eaten.
How long do dead bodies remain intact in the ocean?
Well, we'll worry about that later. That is
By being buried in mud.
like I said, Marcus has whatever data is available. Marcus has it, and that's something that will almost certainly come out in an after mission report. Because it's not like you can check Spectrestar Technologies databases on that right now.
About that, do they have any drones? They're usually a pretty high tech bunch of people, right?
They do, but none that will weather the storm, even underwater.
They've got nothing that could go out there and do some of this risky survey work.
The
in this
drone range is pretty miserable. It starts with that number.
Well, we don't need a lot of range. We've got a boat. I mean, they just need to be near the boat, right? I mean, I assume they're being piloted from there.
But the boat's
We
going to be
don't-
in a storm, which we don't
I was gonna
want.
say we don't really have a boat. I thought we had glorified jet skis.
I did
thought it
actually
was
want to
alright.
ask you guys which vehicle you wanted to use for yourselves.
I figured we'd have something larger, at least. The
There's no way you're trying to do underwater salvage without a boat.
Yeah,
Doesn't make any sense.
we definitely need a larger vehicle. Now, maybe we had a jet ski or two.
Izzy wouldn't have let you come here on jet skis. I can tell you that for a fact.
So
What would that be, like the wake fin? Oh, a 3-seater.
the largest of the 3 boats that he described was the wake fin, and that was it looked like a speedboat.
Well, the largest is the Pondway. That's a ATV style.
See, I hear ATV and I think 4-wheeler.
Oh, right.
Every
That's
time.
a
I
common
know.
confusion. The ATV in
Yeah.
Stars is it's basically a troop transport. It is a 8-seater Humvee.
So that
Armored.
one's kind of like a pontoon boat.
Yeah,
or
size-wise.
perhaps a patrol boat of some kind. And that's, like minimum the amount of size you're going to want for something like this, it sounds
I
like.
actually have some pictures for that. Thank you for reminding me. I want to.
And thanks for the clarification, because I also was envisioning a 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go and get some reference
The
of
description.
this
looks
for
after
myself.
though, but-
Why is it? Okay, fine. I'll just save all of these to my own computer and then post them. It wasn't letting me drag and drop.
Rip.
Yep, I know. So let's get to my downloads folder. And these 3 images are of a single boat in our time. Think of 2 of these side by side, with about 2/3 of a meter, or 2 to 3 feet hole in the center that someone could just drop down into the ocean or fish from.
Moonwell.
Oh,
It'd be called a moonwell.
Okay, so cool. A 2 to 3 feet moonwell in between this as 2 boats side by side, and that's the Pondway with the
Okay.
cool lighting too.
What's the propulsion like on these?
It's not bad. It's definitely not like your jet skis or the speedboats, but
Maybe be clearer. What is the method of propulsion on these?
That I honestly I don't
Do
know.
they have motors? Do they have sails?
Oh, they've
Do
got
they have
motors.
space
Yeah.
motors? Okay, that's so. If they've got motors, then we're not in immediate danger from the storm, apart from the fact that basically we're in a couple of flat rafts in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
No.
I was going to say the fact that there's no enclosed cabin here is going to be problematic.
I will tell you that even if you took all 3 of those actions, you would still be able to get the Spectrestar Technologies Pondway, because they do have a Pondway. They would be able to escape with some good checks. It will be after this first action has been taken. There will be some checks to escape the storm unscathed. Taking more actions makes that more difficult. I mean, you guys pretty much knew that already.
I mean, I don't think the lack of a covered area is an issue, but because we've got basically fully enclosed suits for diving, anyways.
Have we got? I mean, it sounds like from the recap we have a pretty solid impression of the layout of whatever this is down here. I should say the city, since we've been calling it the city.
Yes, but that was before the uncovered plant life has given you easier sight lines and visibility.
Right, but there are things you can infer from that, even in a fairly primitive situation. Like which direction something important might be based on the size of roads and things like that.
They didn't have roads here. They certainly at some point had trails or beaten paths between structures, but there's nothing like any kind of paved stone roads or pathways between any structures.
So so basically very primitive.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the
We
fact
may
that
as well
there's
just
a
search
shuttle.
some more then and hope for the best.
So to give you those directions, the three most relevant, most immediate options for you are to say we want the computers, we're going to search the area, or we're done and leave. I'm not ruling out anything else. It's just that those are the three most obvious.
Now, step one sounds like it has to be get the computers, right? That's what Spectre Star wants.
We already have the black box, though.
Oogie's had one near-death experience already this mission. I think he's going to be agitating to skedaddle.
Yeah, that's Archibald's agitating to skedaddle as well. And we're both in the same place, so we both use the same terminology. Skedaddle.
Must be a common term on Kamiego.
I don't think Johnny's ever used it.
Well, no, he's been trained not to. He's been coached not to. It doesn't resonate well with audiences abroad, so even if it's an authentic term, don't use it.
Okay. So that's 2 votes to leave, 1 vote to search, which is, I guess, mine. What else we got?
I think Knox was voting for the risky option.
Yep, he was.
Yeah.
Ben, you once again find yourself a tiebreaker.
I'll say we stay.
You fool.
What are we doing while we stay, then? Sounds like we have 2 choices.
You got 2 choices: either do
Or an unknown third if you think of something.
or a third if you think of something, but 2 obvious are recover those computers, or try and see if search the area and see if there is more than this smallish hillock that you've looked through.
I mean, so on them, if we search for computers, we'll have more chance of finding them now if we're in this area. When the storm comes through, it's probably going to.
What's the value of these computers? Because apparently I'm not clear on it.
Hang on real quick, Ben, what were you saying?
Obviously, once the storm comes in, then it'll throw us all around, and everything underneath will probably change anyway. So we might as well try and search for what's in the area, and then we'll probably end up searching again anyway, because once the storm comes through, it might either hide or reveal things. Yeah, I'd say just try and get computer.
Too late. The value of the computers, Aura, is whatever data they still hold on them from 7,500 years ago.
I figured the computers are probably more likely to have stuff like what they were doing here. What, like, like what mission
Yeah,
they
I
had.
mean-
Possibly some information about like after they got here, like some sort of logs, maybe.
Right. No, given the choice of, question mark or a thing we know is useful, let's get the computers.
All right, we got 1 vote for search and 1 vote for computers.
I'd say computers because that's more likely. You know, like I agree that's a known quantity.
Okay.
Well, that's a more known unknown.
If Dexter's not going to let me analyze things like phenomena like restricted access and distribution of houses in order to locate an elite center in the city,
That's actually
then I
kind of
guess we'll have to go get
what.
the computers.
That actually is kind of what we did last time with
Well, then I'm sorry I missed it.
with scouring the area. We didn't go into nearly enough detail that would have satisfied you, or so.
It sounds like we've managed to perform analysis of grade goods in order to determine which were the elite burials, and we've done a bunch of other useful things, so that's fine. But let's just take the computers for the moment and then see where we're at. Like, really, it just seems like the simpler upside.
I
Only
think... Go ahead, Knox.
the people that are able to work on getting the computers out can do that, and everyone else can search the area. It's kind of a vote for both, but
No, well, I'm not voting for both. I mean, Oogie is going to be up on the boats helping anybody who's capable of sailing prep the boats for departure as soon as we get the computers on board.
Okay.
He's like up there dancing like, I want to get out of here. Let's make sure we're ready to go.
I think that I've heard more support for the computers with a little bit of maybe we can search the area a little bit on the side as well. Is that
Have her cake and eat it too.
It survived 7,500 years. We can always come back after the storm.
We sort of can't, right? Because we'll be on another mission by then, if I understood the Stormtail situation correctly. But
it's
still, let's get the
very
computers.
likely that Elena would want to get you back. Of course, that's an argument that you can make that the mission isn't over.
Yep. I think I would make a slightly different argument, to tell you the truth, which is that we should send some people back afterward, not us,
That's fine.
to recover whatever else is here.
I'm just presenting that as the immediate complication that you'll face.
Yeah,
I mean,
got you.
obviously this thing's been here. Well, has there? Hold on. Since this thing's been discovered, since this thing was found, and now, were there any storms? Any major storms, or is this pretty much the biggest storm where?
No, there have
Only
been
few
major
of
storms come through here. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like obviously you can't find it again after a storm.
Mhm.
It's unlikely that this is going to be the one storm that causes it to disappear completely.
Right.
Does
yeah,
Kyle
famous
have
last words.
some kind of global positioning network or anything?
It does not.
Nothing, huh?
Not
It-
much in the way of satellites.
Yeah, it has one space station traveling the sky.
I'm familiar with the space station.
That's it. That's all they've got floating out there.
I will say that one space station. You think how many satellites you could have instead of that?
Hardly any when the whole place is covered in water, since you're going to have to import the satellites in all likelihood, but still.
Ah, just mine under the water. That's actually a very fair point, though. Getting material here is a pain in the ass.
Okay, so it sounds like we're going to try to recover the computers.
Okay.
And then Ugly is going to mutiny and make us leave.
Yeah.
Oki's not alone. There are the Spectre Star personnel, the guards mostly, the few human guards who are, who are itching to get out of here, but they're trusting in the expertise of their non-guard personnel, the specialists that they brought along. And although they are also itching to leave, they
Have you never
are
heard science has gone too far?
they are scientists gone too far.
Well, good.
I
That's
mean-
the exact kind of scientist we need right now.
Just think of all the cool moving moments where like it's just to get out just in time. It's never gone wrong, right? So
All
we'll
right.
be fine.
So we're going to try to get the computers, it sounds like.
Now, I want to know, how's the UIS guy dealing with this? Because I think you told us that he was even more nervous than we were.
Oh, he is he's up there with Oogie, but he is absolutely not going to. He's in a very strong internal conflict. That is easy to tell. He wants out of here. He's scared, but he has a job to do.
He wants to soil himself and cling to the floor, but he has his honor to maintain.
Yes.
Honor schmonner.
Oh, good time for the upbeat music. You've got the black box and the computers out. The storm is looming. The plant life and the non-plant life is all but absent, with only what looked like basically crabs clinging to the very rock itself. They aren't actually crabs; they're just the bulbs that the coral come out of, and other plant life. You can tell I don't know much about the seafloor, but it's a vast, empty seafloor for as far as your lights can see. Emptier, even emptier now that you've pulled parts and panels and all of that out of the Starmint and set them aside to pull out the more sensitive and hopefully informative internals. There's even easier time. It would be an even easier time to search the area. Shouldn't take you any time at all, really. Just a few precious storm minutes to search this area, especially with what little bit of prep you've already been able to do.
Well, hold on now. In this depth of water, the primary factor in visibility should be turbidity, right? Not just whether anything's alive down there?
Sure. That's actually a term I don't know, but
Turbidity is how much shit is floating in it.
right. Okay, that's kind of what I thought it was.
Yeah. Like 20 meters is that's not even enough to actually lose all the light in from the sun. I mean, at
No,
least here on
it's
Earth,
not.
I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be very easy to do a broader scan and search of the area.
I mean, it shouldn't be. Is there any wind? Like, you'd think a storm would sort of have advanced turbidity in this depth.
No, it's very calm right now. The storm is coming
Calm-
at you.
One might say the calm before the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, okay.
It gets scary once you get to the second part of the calm.
And okay, so I know we don't have any ocean-worthy drones. Do we have any air-worthy drones?
I don't
No.
think we brought any with us.
Yeah, you didn't bring any with you, and Spectrestar Technology, while they are very techy and they have drones available to them, they didn't bring them. You know,
That was foolish.
aside from what little they've got, a couple cuttlefishes and such.
Okay, so apart from a really excellent plan where Marcus runs on the surface of the water looking for anything exciting, I don't think we have a good way to conduct a search that actually involves staying on the boat at the moment. Or
No,
above the water, I should say.
You'd have to be in the water. It would certainly take some time, and it is a larger area than you've already searched. You've already, like I said, you've already done a survey of the what seemed to be at the time the city, the village. It was only with the discovery of the shuttle being further out and recognizing that, hey, the village that you'd already surveyed isn't the extent of it. Those little stone walls didn't actually mark walls. They must have been something else. It's only now that you're basically able to see a larger picture of this underwater community.
I mean, at this point, we're pretty far in. We might as well just go all the way because there's very much doubt we'll be able to outrun a storm. So we might just be able to, I don't know, survive it a bit better here. Just kind of strap in.
I'm going to trust Tally's take on that, which is not to do that.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should probably go. I don't want to go, but I'm thinking we probably should. We have everything we know is valuable here. Anything else is on the seafloor, and probably not going anywhere anytime real soon if we do that. If we address this properly.
Tally crackles
Oogie with
onto
hand
the.
on
Plus, who knows? Maybe we can use the black box data to just get back here 7,500 years ago.
Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Is there such a thing as salvage rights on Ka?
Those would be claimed by UIS.
So they're going to do that, right? We have a guy from UIS here.
Well, there was a whole negotiation between UIS, Spectre Star, and Raza last week. I suggested that Spectre Star would probably assert the right to reclaim their ship, but I don't know, how that part turned out. That was really none of our business.
It sounds like it's no longer the ship we're worried about. We're worried about whatever else is down here.
So,
Basically, yeah.
two things real quick. Sorry to cut you off there, Ben. Tulare, you were going to say something, and then I had something coming in from Tally.
Yeah, just as people are talking about getting out of here, Oogie, hand on the throttle of one of the pondways, is just nodding eagerly along with that.
Yeah.
The two characters who are actually from this planet are voting to leave. I'm just pointing that out.
Probably, yeah. I'll take those. Maybe a good idea. Yeah.
Hang on real quick. I have managed to forget what Tally was going to say, so give me a moment to bring that back. Well, shoot.
Something in regards to the storm and maybe not trying to weather it out at sea.
To find
Look at
out.
that.
Was there something unusual about the storm that's about to kill us all?
We're about to find out.
No, it wasn't anything like that.
This time.
Hang on. Let me take a quick pause here. I will leave you guys to role play out your argument about whether to leave or to stay, if there's actually any argument about it.
Sounds like we've even brought Marcus around at this point.
Sounds like it, yeah.
I mean, Max is good to leave. He just wanted to try and get whatever he could.
I mean, he's just been marooned in space. He's not worried about being marooned in an ocean by comparison, but still. It's not a good idea. You don't want to invite that.
I don't think that's a good comparison, because a week ago, I'd been to space a lot, but I had never been to the ocean.
Yeah, the ocean's a lot less dangerous than space. It's way busier, though.
Oogie leans over to Archibald. I'm pretty sure I came closer to dying in that ocean than I ever done come to dying in space.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about the tornado fish swarm, whatever the hell that was.
Like I said,
Or
busier.
what was it, a jelly ray shark?
Mantis ray,
Again,
jellyfish, shark.
Busier.
Right,
Venomous.
Space ain't nearly as much about to kill you.
Space
don't
is
come
trying
to
to
think
kill
of
you
it.
by itself. It's really more that people have got a pretty good handle on that at this point, you understand.
Jelly
yeah.
Ray Shark would be a good jazz singer name.
I don't know if I want to see no jelly ray shark singer.
Yeah, no, I can't recall what Tally was going to say, so I'm not going to belabor it. It clearly wasn't very important.
Some kind of warning, probably.
It was actually playing. I remember only that it was playing devil's advocate, trying to create more, reason for you to stay and take that extra risk. Or at least to consider the extra risk.
That's
but-
pretty simple. If Tally thinks we can get away with staying, is all for it. If Tally doesn't, is just done.
For that, Tally does think that you're in communication with her. If based on your ships, not your ships, your watercraft, including the pondway and the motive capabilities of all the watercraft, you don't have much time, but you could still make time and then make wind with some good piloting.
Do we have anybody who's piloting we're confident in? I seem to recall that being a no the last time.
Yeah, Connor's our pilot.
Is Connor here?
No.
At the risk
he's
of
not.
asking a stupid question. Okay, so
Yeah.
unless the Spectre Star guys have a crack pilot with them, who they will loan our boat as opposed to keep on their boat, which seems very unlikely, it probably is time to go.
All right. Is anybody opposed to that?
No.
Then at Roz's urging, as well as the Spectre Star guards, the staff, the Spectre Star staff that you recognize as androids, don't have an opinion here. They've not offered any insight into stay or go. All are surfacing and getting hauled up onto their pondways, their wake fins, and their makamakas. And as soon as everyone is safe and secure up, Suwaya or Juzo, assuming some authority in this situation, gives you guys permission to head back to Dominica Point. If you haven't already before he said he was okay.
Yeah, one way or another, it seems like that's where we're headed at this point. I do have one question before we actually have departed.
Okay.
If this place doesn't have a global positioning system of some kind, which it doesn't, did anybody bring a beacon we could leave here?
That's what I was asking about the Spectre Star, basically, if they could put a tracker.
Yeah. Because we should before we go.
Yeah. Sure. Even though Ka doesn't have global positioning, your ship is able to reference the pillar cities around, and your ship knows where this area is. Your ship has enough of a map. So you'd be able to land after the storm in some kind of vehicle, or you'd easily be able to return to Dominica Point, and your ship could guide you to this location.
No,
So,
the point
yes.
of the beacon is to establish rights to it for whoever's getting them, not so much to.
Oh,
let
I
us
see
get
what you're
back
saying.
later.
So that agreement.
Coming across this, it says, "Hey, this is this person's."
Right. This is claimed by X. Do not fool with it.
No, the agreement with UIS for unrestricted access here. The Shogunate is going to once you've left here, the Shogunate it's going to be the Shogunate show.
That's fine.
Spectre Star Technologies will, of course, be able to recover the ship once this is blown over. I believe the Shogunate agreed to that. Yeah, SST was to recover, and
Well, that's all disposition then. But
the
point
Shogunate
is we should
was-
definitely leave a thing.
yeah, that's done. And the Shogunate is going to control what information is allowed to be released publicly. That was the other part of the agreement.
Okay.
So you
we make a
guys
point.
set off, and we are going to need some skill checks here. Let me take you over to the page here. it is centered. And you can see that Suwaya Juzo is listed as on your ship, mainly because or on your side, mainly because he is under the care of Raza on your ships. So, what ships did you come out here with?
Oh, we know a Pondway.
Let me move these guys over here. They're not
Let me see.
directly.
How many people do we need to train? I mean, the Pondway probably carries most everyone, right? At least for us.
Yeah,
Raza.
the Pondway would carry all of you guys.
And Spectre Star brought whatever Spectre Star wanted to. It's their problem.
That's why they're on their side. Yeah.
Would one
Boils
person
down
come
to
in-
we're all on the same ship,
Yeah.
except Tally, who's
Ben?
remotely present.
Maybe
What's
We
the
don't-
one that goes underwater? Because I presume we would have brought one of them as well. Do you know, like the fucking things you hold on to, like maneuver around?
I don't
gosh, I should know what they're
think
called.
I was even familiar with them, so I didn't include any of those.
Ah, okay.
It's not really a vehicle, anyways. It's just like a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I guess you
Yeah,
haven't
right.
played Barotrauma or
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Subnautica
yeah.
has them too. Has one too. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's just like a little.
COD
It's just
doesn't
like a
have any
little
of those.
motor that you. It's just like a little motor you have in front of you, and it pulls you
Yep.
along.
I think it's I'm not sure what they're
I
called.
wouldn't call it a vehicle though.
All right.
Yeah, that's equipment. That's the other reason we needed
Yeah.
a boat. You got to put those somewhere.
Yes. It's a big boat. Makes sense.
We don't really have a bunch of skilled pilots going around, so it makes more sense to me that we would have just had the Pondway, right? If everyone
A
fits
big
on it
boat.
comfortably.
Yeah, get the biggest boat you can, the one that we can't screw up, and the one with the most room for stuff on it.
Just one of them. If we are salvaging
Only
stuff,
real
then it
approach
makes
that made
sense
sense
to have
here.
something big.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll all die together, but at least we'll die together with company.
Well, it means that all of our roles will either succeed or fail together, as opposed to somebody being stranded.
We're all in this together.
So tell us about these roles you need.
So, you are racing away from a wall of storm on a pondway, which is effectively two fishing barge type boats strapped side by side with a hole in the middle, or a moon roof.
Moonwell.
Moonwell, thank you.
On the bottom. So it's not a roof.
Yeah, not a roof at all. It's the
I mean,
opposite of a
if
roof.
you're under it, it's a roof.
No.
No, it's opposite of a roof then too.
It is not correct.
It's always going to be the opposite of a roof.
It's a ceiling if you're under it.
No.
No, absolutely not.
It's really not.
It's
That's kind of the
nothing.
point of it, actually.
Oh.
And yes, you could rely on brute strength of piloting skills, but that's not the only thing that you can use here today. You are just trying to, as safely as you can, leave the calmness of this calm before the storm, venture into the more choppy waters as you get nearer to Dominica Point, and not dump anyone overboard or damage your craft so that it can't finish the journey.
Yes, all of those things are true.
So, what skill do you want to bring to the table?
I'm going to coordinate everybody and use lead.
I could probably notice the best routes. I don't know.
Do we have anybody who survives in that Amaya?
Maya has survived, yes. I was going to
just
say it,
using
but I
it.
wanted to triple check the sheet first.
I'm going to be emotional support for Oogie.
Oogie has a hat, which we're going to use to keep the rain off of us.
Oogie is going to have called up local navigation charts, and we'll use No to help us pick sensible routes to avoid, shallows and chop.
Okay. All right. So who wants to put their check into motion first?
Already on it.
All right.
We are well coordinated.
You are well
Yeah.
coordinated. Are you using the telepathic connections to facilitate
Sure.
this? Okay.
Absolutely, if needed.
Yeah.
Got lots.
It certainly makes it easier. There's no static, there's no crackling, and there's no roar of the storm behind you to overpower the voice on the comms. So the telepathy is a great boon, and you guys are much more easily able to coordinate. Who's coming up next?
I reckon Archibald will, and on lookout duty. Make sure we don't run into nothing.
Okay, all right.
Use him with them.
As you're venturing farther away from the wall, the visibility is getting worse. The water's choppier.
We don't want to hit any flotsam.
You don't want to hit any flotsam, or jellyfish, manta ray sharks that are jumping out for a final meal. Who knows? They may swarm into packs and make rainbow bridges.
Panicked by the
like-
storm.
I really don't like that you made it the drink section.
What?
Huh? Anyways, that aside, we're fine because we're rolling well.
You are rolling well.
So far.
Just wait until it's my turn. Dice hated me so bad last week.
Do you want to add any narration to that, there, Meowkin?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. If there's any jellyfish, ray shark things, he's definitely gonna take a shot at him.
So you finally get to use your rifle.
oh
on
yeah,
endangered wildlife.
that's
Good
right. I
job.
can use my sniper rifle on them.
You could.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
And
So, yeah,
I
he's like, look out right there! Bam! Oh no, it's coming right for us.
And yeah, I'm gonna add a credible threat to that Archibald drives away. You did see something that looked a bit more like a cross between a whale and a shark, and a jellyfish again somehow. What is going on with
man.
that?
This is jelly life.
Um,
I didn't choose the jelly life. The jelly life chose me.
I mean, it's probably an adaptation to life in extremely shallow seas. Chances are it's a filter feeder of some kind, but it's got the tentacles in order to retrieve, stuff from deeper down.
there
And
you
there's
go.
thousands of years of evolution underlaying this adaptation, and blah blah.
I'm
and
sure there's really good reasons.
and hard, sharp teeth that it bears
No,
at
but-
you from nearly a kilometer away. It was coming straight for you guys, though. Archibald can attest to that through his sniper rifle scope.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we're at.
That's just an acid dream if it's got teeth and feeding tentacles. But sure, okay.
All right, Oogie, how are you bringing us through this?
Badly, I'm sure. Let's see.
Dum dum.
Well, you did call it.
Those dice continue to hate me.
All right, let us. Whoops, I probably should have done this instead of putting you guys.
All around it.
Yep. Oh, actually, it would have been easier. No, there's a
got
hole
it.
in the way. Here, I'm gonna do it this way.
You just got to figure out how you can organize this for a D6 roll to go into the drink, isn't it?
It is exactly. So, while Archibald is taking that shot, his attention has been focused enough. He can stop me
I
if this is all
trusted-
incorrect.
I trusted Oogie's navigation charts.
Oh, wait, man. As Archibald spills over the side.
Oh, hang
I
on.
got this backward.
We're not actually
yeah,
to the
yeah,
spill
yeah,
part yet.
Yeah.
You have a choice of moderating your speed or Archibald going over.
I mean, is that my choice to make, or is that a group
Purely
choice?
for informational purposes, is Archibald still wearing whatever we had by way of wetsuits and breathing apparatus?
I
All
doubt
right, I
he's
don't see
taking
why
it off.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely staying on.
Then we have to
It's
slow
still-
down.
Wait, what?
He was trying to get you
When-
killed.
If you were
Oh.
still equipped to be in the water, we could have left you there for a while and come back. It would have been fine.
I mean, I guess either way, if I go over and you wanted to get me, you'd still be moderating your speed, wouldn't you? Because you'd have to go back and get me, right?
Well,
Right?
you know, I mean, theoretically, we could outrun the storm and then come back and find you. I mean, I've got a pretty
After the
good
storm, yeah.
distance on the telepathic link. We'd be able to stay in contact. You're not liking how this is playing out, are you?
Who, me or Dexter?
I'm sure he's loving it.
I'm loving it. Yep, I'm happy with
okay.
this.
But, you know, theoretically, if you weren't going to drown, we could leave you in the water almost indefinitely and find you using telepathy.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a storm for 2 weeks, though.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
What's
You'd
my
probably have a bad time.
what's my food and water situation in the suits?
You don't have 2 weeks worth.
You have all the water you need.
Apparently, this stuff's only brackish. You might even be able to drink it. And as far as, you know, your food
Ugh.
situation, boy, there's a lot of wildlife around here. How are you in sushi?
But I only have so much ammo.
You do have 4 more shots with your aqua bean.
Well, you got a knife or something, right?
Actually, I probably only have 3 shots in it currently. No, actually, no. Surely I would have reloaded on the surface. I
Surely.
absolutely do bring tons of ammo with me. I have
Fair enough.
yeah,
fair enough.
100 I have 180 rounds of ammo that are in my inventory.
Now, the aqua bean does require specific ammo, but it's reasonable to let you have converted some of your, or
Yeah.
to have gotten appropriate ammo. I don't know about 180 rounds of it, but
Probably at least 60 though.
yeah, that seems all right.
Archibald always has too much ammo on him.
So yeah, it's a group decision. Does he go in the drink and get rescued, or do you guys just moderate your speed?
It seems like realistically moderating your speeds, like basically slowing down, seems like the only thing that makes sense, because unless you're planning to just leave me,
Well,
which it's a group decision. I get that,
Marcus hasn't rolled anything yet,
but
right?
Let me have Tulair make the argument, because it is Oogie's read on the navigational currents, the things that are against you, and this doesn't necessarily have to be a misreading from Oogie.
Oh no, it's a misreading. I've got a humorous misreading all
okay.
queued up.
So let's hear how this goes from Oogie's side.
So we're plugging along, and he's trying to avoid the shallows, and all of a sudden, we steer right into a shallows. And sorry, wait a minute. Land maps measure elevation. Water maps measure depth.
Can anybody hear him over the storm besides just Tizya?
Oh yeah, it's telepathic.
Yeah, I know I can hear him.
is
that's right.
telepathy always? It's just like Isya as a hub, right?
Yeah, it is
But we
as a
can't
hub.
we
I
can't-
forgot that.
We can't talk to each other directly. That's a higher level telepathy
Yep.
for that.
Correct. We're not there yet.
No,
I mean,
not there yet.
Yogi's vote would be to slow down, because he's not about to abandon his fellow Kamiegan on this watery hell.
His godforsaken planet.
Okay. There's the appeal to slow down. We have.
I want to return to the Marcus hasn't rolled anything yet observation, because it occurred to me that Marcus has telekinesis, and that's an easy way to get somebody out of the water in theory.
In theory, except that he is still conscious and alive.
If he was a dead body, then yes.
Yeah, it's
Or
great. for
if
fishing
there
on
was
dead
something
bodies.
underneath him to use to raise him up, like a net, then it'd work.
Okay, so that's not going to work. I guess we have to slow down.
All right. Let me pull one more thing here.
I tried to make an offering to the sea, but you guys wouldn't let me.
Yeah, please don't offer me to the sea. Oh. Well.
Spectre Star Technologies did not slow down.
Of course they didn't.
Well, yeah. I mean,
And so now the question is, do we stop and help them?
well, when you say they didn't slow down, does that mean that they've left us to the storm, or does that mean that they have a problem?
Yeah, maybe the brakes don't work.
This is a non-skill challenge roll. We'll start with Archibald because Archibald is the one that came closest to joining them. Roll me a notice check.
Sure. Oof. Nope, I'm definitely distracted. I about went into the drink.
Okay. I'll let one other person try this check. Somebody who can make their argument for why they're the most interested in what Spectre Star Technologies is doing right now.
Would he push that guy into the drink?
They would go faster, wouldn't they?
Max is just focused on Oogie. That's what he said he was focusing on.
Okay. Okay. So does anybody want to roll a secondary notice check on this? Well, not necessarily notice check. Any skill check that you think is relevant to looking over at Spectre Star and paying attention to them. Notice is an obvious choice.
I mean,
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Max will see if
Well-
it gets out the corner of his eye, but that'll be about it.
I could ask, did Spectre Star let me make telepathic contact with any of them?
I don't think they have a choice unless you want to use the higher levels of it.
Well, I mean, I do have a limit on the number of people I can be in contact with at once, so there's that.
Okay.
Right? The question was, were we keeping in touch with their ship or not? That way. Basically.
Not by default. Your communications, your work with Specialist Bob Dallin there. He certainly would not have turned down that kind of communication. So he is a possible contact if you want him.
Okay, well, if Specialist Bob is thinking about what's going on, then I have something to roll.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead. And I do see your roll there also, Ben. I'll be kind and let multiples of your roll. There have been
Yeah,
good
Max,
arguments for it.
This
Oh,
one,
where's the
he
stupid
wasn't
thing
really paying
popping up?
attention. It was just more like corner of his eye, like, huh? What was that?
So I would like to make a telepathy roll, please. There we
Use
go.
it as an assist for someone else, basically.
I don't know. It's probably telepathy wisdom.
Sure.
Now I have like 7 roll dialogues. So if Specialist Bob is thinking about it, I probably noticed.
Specialist Bob is definitely thinking that the boats are going too fast. And he has noticed that an android went over and doesn't have any strong feelings about it.
Okay.
So it sounds like you did not notice the specialist that went over?
Doesn't seem like it. Let's give that specialist a name.
Of course.
In time to drown to death.
Yes. What's a good name for the guy who's about to drown?
Charlie.
Obviously, it's Specialist Jack.
Charlie's already a previous PC. Let's avoid that name.
Charles.
Chris.
Perilous. Just like Charles, but older.
Any other suggestions? None of those are grabbing me. I'm sorry.
Ian.
Ian, I'll take it. Oh, his name is ironic. Ian Laguna.
Ooh. That is a bummer.
All right. We have got 2 more rolls that need to be made. Ben, how is Marcus contributing to this flight from the storm?
I think Marx is just more like on. Well, I don't know if it would even apply right now, but making sure things are strapped down. Debris not going around smacking people off the edge of the boat. 'Cause that would be terrible if someone went off the side of the boat. So he's making sure things are strapped down.
Okay. It sounds like you're trying to use telekinesis for this.
Yeah, basically.
Sounds good to me. Go ahead and roll it with wisdom.
Well,
That is a good roll. And we come to Amaya. What is Amaya's role here? What is Amaya's job in, well, personal job in getting this crew safely over?
Survive, and that's mostly going to be trying to keep us out of the rougher bits of water.
Okay. Roll it.
With wisdom. Ha!
Oh wow. And I had even reduced the difficulty on the survive check. That still doesn't make it.
Sometimes it's just meant to be.
Something's
so
just
hard
starting.
and got so far.
Amaya's survival experience just doesn't really cover this. Do you want to add any fiction or any narration to that, Nox, or you want me to just start rolling for who goes over?
I think we should start rolling. See who gets the short straw this time.
Oh, it's Izya.
So I think we just let him go. Wait, why is there the D10? That's confusing me.
the D10 for the other people.
Uh-huh.
And then a D10 for us.
It's telepathically connected. Does that mean that we have to listen to him die? Let's get it back on.
You most assuredly do.
Oh, what's that noise? Ugh.
Can you?
No,
do
let's
it?
get
I
it
guess
back
you
on.
could.
Wait.
I guess you could, because it requires, consent. Consent's is key.
So you have the same option. Either he goes over or you slow down. Not necessarily slow down, but moderate your speed in a way that is clearly at this point going to put you behind SpectreStar Technologies. They are not slowing down.
Increasing the difficulty of subsequent rolls is what I'm hearing here.
Yeah, such as we have new obstacles to avoid.
You actually see the android and that poor other specialist bump out of the boat, and yeah, you might have to make some emergency maneuvers to avoid them.
Ugh. So inconsiderate.
See. So what's the decision? Are you keeping Izzy on board?
I mean, it's one of them.
I mean, unless we have a really good way to get him out of the water, it sounds like we're slowing down. I just really don't see that trade-off being very worth it. Unless, unless we have a better plan for keeping people alive that fall in the water.
Not that I'm aware of.
Now, unless, who knows, maybe it's a time storm. Maybe I'll get transported back 7,500 years. There you go.
So
I'll be king of that village.
But let's not find out.
to give you a little bit more context in this decision, since you're so close to Dominica Point right now, there in whatever little I guess training information you got about the lifeguard slash coast guard rescue operations of Ka and Dominica Point. You know that there are going to be people on Makomakas at the base of Dominica Point right up until until it's too late to carry them up to the top of the pillar. Um, you're
So you're
close
saying
enough.
it's essentially rescue squads.
There are rescue squads, and you're close enough that if you got to Dominica Point without someone, they would be able to get over here. It would just be a matter of Izya being left in the water and yelling at you, probably telepathically, um, for some time until he could be located.
So we're not giving him up for dead.
You're not giving him up for dead. The people prior to this probably were. Archibald probably would have been well, he's gone.
I don't know. What do y'all say? Well, so if we slow
Alright.
down, we're risking probably getting caught in the front of the storm, right? At this point.
You still think that you'll make it? It is, of course, hard to judge for those who aren't familiar with the storm, but Talia's in communication with you as much as she can. It's very choppy and very difficult, but she's basically saying that you've got a good time. You'll make it to the top.
Feeling lucky, punk? Do you?
So, if we were to quote unquote slow down, moderate our speed, or even stop, that would keep Izya on the boat. Is that correct?
Correct.
And would that also give us an opportunity to rescue Specialist Moses Baird?
Yes, it would. If you wanted to take essentially an extra action there to fish him out, then that with a quick skill check of fairly easy difficulty, you can do that. It would bring the storm closer than if you just kept Izzy on board and kept moving.
Do we want to rescue a Spectre Starry Eye? Votes? My vote's yes. We saw this guy go in.
Yes.
I suppose I'm fine with it. Little on the fence, but
Let's do it.
So as the Spectre guy goes into the water, whomever is piloting our ship, our boat, has to make some sharp maneuvers, I presume, to avoid hitting him in the first place, and that makes stopping the boat not altogether difficult. Oogie grabs a life preserver on a rope, and as he's heaving it, into the water, shouts at Marcus, "Marcus, Indian rope trick!"
Marcus laughs. And he will Indian rope trick this. I mean, what is it though when it kind of like, I don't know, goes sideways?
So you said we'd be able to haul him in.
Yeah. I even said that it would take a simple, quick and easy skill check, but I'm kind of backing off on that. I don't even think it needs a skill check. So you're able to haul in Moses Baird. Do you want to try and get the android too?
Nah.
Oogie's willing to leave the android behind.
Yeah.
As we leave it kind of floating inertly in the water, he leans over to Marcus. Don't tell Nova.
And it's one of them.
Nova's the android, right?
No, Nova's the one that really dislikes androids,
Yeah.
specifically the sapient androids.
Who's
Libra, yeah.
Don't tell Libra.
Marcus just chuckles.
Let's see. All right,
Which I
Moses.
presume is Oogie's action for the next round of checks.
Yeah, no, you're actually you've hit my threshold for successes and failures. So you are able to make it to Dominica Point in short order, with Moses Baird quietly screaming for his life. Takes him several seconds to calm down. But once he realizes that he's been hauled back on, he is thanking you all profusely. As you get to the lift to get yourselves and the ship up to the top of the Pillar City, you can see that the Spectre Star vehicles are already well above you. Excuse me. And the basic function of this is those rescue people that are down here to get anybody out of the water if they're trapped. Hook your boat up, and there's a special mount that attaches it to the wall in two places so that the winds won't buffet you as much. And long chains coming down from 100 meters up to the top of the Pillar City are connected to other attachment points. And once everything's all done and connected, a button is pressed at the end of one of those chains and starts dragging you up.
Chung, 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 chung.
Give me just one moment here. Actually, we are at 12:45. This is a perfect time for us to take a quick 15-minute break while I prepare for the next exciting part of our adventure.
Oogly dooklies.
Come on back at 1 o'clock.
You got it.
Bring us back into frame. You'll notice that I have added a couple of security tokens over there into the rods of personnel side.
Yay.
The reasoning for that will become apparent in just a moment.
They did say they're sitting down security.
Hmm?
They did say they're sitting down security, didn't they?
They did say that, yeah. So your trip up the pillar is a tense one. Of now, not only do you have multiple of what would I say? A dozen or two of water beneath you. You've also got several dozen meters of air between that water, making the water effectively like cement were anybody to fall off at this point. You've climbed up about 50 meters at the what did I call it? The Clifton line. After the Clifton line, which begins at about 20 to 30 meters, you start passing by residences that have been not so much carved into the pillar as attached to the pillar with very big screws and nails and sturdy bars of metal, of course. Not directly in line with your with the cranes bringing watercraft up and down from the top of the pillar, but you can see them a dozen meters off to the side of you. It's an easy way to gauge how far up the pillar you are. And at about 15, 20 meters from the top of the pillar, Spectre Star Technologies craft their Pondway, their Wakefin, and their Makamakos. -1 because the android piloting that one was one that went into the drink. Have reached the top. And, 1 second. I probably should have reread my notes during the break there. And the most attentive of you see the telltale sign of a rocket harpoon being loaded into the Ikebine, equipped on or mounted on SST's Pondway. Being that these are fishing rocket harpoons, it has no problem aiming straight down at you, which it is. Pausing for effect. Or reaction.
Et tu, Brute?
What are they thinking about up there?
The Ikebine fires at your Pondway. And...
No. Orlinks asked a question which his character is capable of answering. What are they thinking about up there?
Oh right, I forgot. You've got a connection with Dalin up there.
We
Yep.
established that. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
Yeah, normally you'd think that's just like a speculative, but no, that's an actual question for the DM.
Yep.
I'm allowed to ask that question.
So, as this awareness is coming to you guys, it comes later to Dalin, who is being ushered off of the Pondway and at a more forceful manner than he feels that he should be being treated. He is the star of this operation, having helped recover 2 things of electronic value and data value. And it's at this point of disgruntlement that he turns around and he sees, Izzy gets an image flashing through Dalin's mind of androids with laser rifles preparing to fire.
We're about to be double-crossed.
Et tu, Brute?
And then they shoot us.
And then they shoot you.
There will be both criminal and civil liabilities for this action.
There are certainly going to be consequences. That's for sure.
For them.
Now the armor class of a Pondway is 10.
Yeah, not great.
Yes. You're not moving at any speed of consequence to penalize that attack, and
It's not like we can dodge, right?
it's not like you can dodge. They are going to take the -4 penalty for firing at something that's not in the water. Even though it's below them, I still think that penalty applies. And so give me just a second. I did not type this part in advance.
You know, we tried so hard to play this one straight. I was trying to get a Spectre Star intel. We might still get Spectre Star intel. Maybe somebody will be disgruntled by this.
I mean, it sounds like it sounded like there's probably another faction involved within Spectre Star.
So, do I recall correctly? The this Sueya Juzo, he's a high-ranking UIS person, isn't he?
He is he's not so much high ranking, but he's been given high importance in this matter. He is the auditor that has been sent to make certain that all parties are playing fair, and that the data recovered is appropriately turned over to UIS for all three of you as a group to review and inspect over the next few days. So to directly answer your question, he's not high ranked, but he is high importance right now.
Okay, he has authority, if not rank.
Yes.
And in that sense, an attack on him is still essentially an attack on the UIS as well.
Oh man, guys, I'm getting out of character. Out of character, I am very much getting the sense that whatever this temporal anomaly is, it's Spectre Star's fault.
Oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense, actually.
Until I knew there was a temporal anomaly, I wouldn't have agreed with you. But yes,
Well, the rocket harpoon goes flying past you, and
boy, does it. Wow.
oh yes, and eventually reaches the end of its own rope, because it is a rope attached harpoon, or wire attached harpoon, and the snap of that wire makes a massive crack in the air beside you, but doesn't otherwise threaten you.
Well, now it's time to threaten them back. So basically, we get to see the bottom of their boat, though, right?
You can
Like
just see the bottom of their boat. Yeah.
How far above us are they?
They're about 15 meters above you now.
We see. Did I get my grapnel launcher on me? No. I left it back on the ship. Of all the times not to have my grapnel launcher. But I was like, we're going to a water planet. Why would you need a grapnel launcher on a water planet?
Oh no!
If only anybody with precog would sense the need.
I don't imagine our boat has a grapnel launcher just laying around, does it?
It certainly doesn't.
Well, surely there's some rope though, and Marcus can, just telekinesis the rope up there, and surely they'll never cut it.
Well, I mean, we could theoretically climb the chains that are attached to our boat. It's not like we have no means of getting up there. It's just, is that any faster than letting our boat get hauled up?
Speaking of letting your boat get hauled up, there is a bit of commotion at the top, and a puff of smoke, and what sounds like the clattering of the equipment, and a sudden lurch on your pond
I
bed.
was gonna say they're gonna have control over that equipment, but hey, that's why it's a good thing. I guess we have some red shirts up there, huh?
You
Hopefully.
you immediately hear the panicked screaming of the crowd that is up there, the civilian crowd. And Izzy is getting flashes of outright panic from Bob Dallin, who is both scared for your guys' lives and scared for his own. He is being moved partially against his will, although he has not been picked up and carried at this point, but he is being maneuvered in a rushed and unexpected fashion.
So can we not with Izzy? Thanks.
Oh, you don't like Izzy?
No, and I don't think the character would either, quite frankly.
Okay, fine.
I spent my whole life trying to avoid having a name that ended with a Y for exactly that reason.
Okay, I can.
I should say a nickname, but still.
I could have sworn I'd heard you call him Izzy before, but maybe that was
No.
someone else or my own mind
Yeah.
replacing.
Izzy, yeah, it's kind of close.
I will endeavor
There's
to.
a level on which it works, and then there's another level on which, nah. We're not calling the old guy Izzy. That's just weird.
It's
Omikawa.
particularly weird for me because the person I know as Izzy is an Isabel.
Yeah. Well, there you go. See, now there's two people who don't like the idea.
Omikawa crackles onto your comms and reports very succinctly that they are engaging the Spectre Star technology androids. And here's where those little security pucks come in. You got 4 named people and 6 red shirts. Line them up as if they were hit points or literal bodyguards.
Like, who's taking the damage first?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I mean, obviously the red shirts first.
Well, no. What I mean is, through this next section, I'll be rolling randomly to see if any of your people are targeted in a dangerous and life-threatening manner. And when they are, one of the red shirts in front of them, one of the security in front of them, will act as their effective hit points.
So are you saying you're saying assign red shirts to each person?
Yes.
As,
Yeah.
A blade of armor.
Mhm.
Okay, we don't have control over the security tokens, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
That will make that harder.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think I can fix that real quick.
I think Amiko is a guard, right?
So's Tally.
Mhm.
Oh, Sally guard too? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all of them are guards except for Sunny.
So maybe Sunny gets 2 blade of armor.
And their guard level also act as hit points. Oh, right, I know. Wait, hang on. How do I make these controlled by? There we go. All players, okay. Save settings. Alright.
Well, is this
Nope.
ships? Is this all open fire?
Cannot hear you.
Yeah, I can't make that out.
Something ship, something. But
Okay, you should be able to control them now. That was kind of funny seeing all 3 move.
I did the easy part.
I think Sunny getting 2 is a given. And I feel like Tally is pretty important in this whole planet situation. So I feel like something like that.
Sure, okay.
Is
Anyone
Tally a
thinks that's
G1?
fine.
Did you guys promote her, or
I
did
don't-
she get passed over for someone else?
I don't think Tally's been. Oh wait,
Didn't we promote Nova or whoever the creepy one was on that last mission?
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
In this
okay.
case, Tally has not been promoted yet.
She's not. That's right.
this is a very good mission to promote Tally on.
It's probably fine. Who needs bonus health?
It's not all ship heavy fire, Nox. What's happening is that at the top of the Pillar City, your security team is apparently engaging the handful of combat androids that are left to Spectre Star technology, as well as their human agents, if they're also in on this. Basically, there's a battle between your security forces and Spectre Star Technologies on the surface. There were a couple of laser rifle shots fired down at you. The only evidence of which you have is their scorching, sizzling fire against the side of the pillar.
Oh yeah, they got this. They got this quiet lasers, don't they?
Yep. But after that, the weapons fire is all one-sided, coming from your folks, and the other evidence you have of it is the screaming of innocent bystanders.
Have they tried not screaming?
If they've got something to scream about, they're probably not innocent.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
So you guys are 15 meters down on a ship on a pondway that has is undamaged, but the lift bringing you up is no longer functional. It doesn't seem like it's going to crack and fall over. You're at least safe if you decide to just hang out here and let your security team handle above.
Well, Archibald's obviously looking for ways to return fire.
He could shoot at the bottom of the Spectre Star ship.
Yeah,
watercraft.
anytime if they have any laser fire coming down to us, presumably it's some like any that has any chance of being effective. Presumably, I'd have to be able to, I'd be able to return fire at those, but obviously we'd have a high degree of cover.
No, the only laser fire was coming down from the pondway, and they have left now. They're no longer trying to fire at you.
Okay, so there's no wait. Okay, well, I guess climbing the chain, right?
If you want to take a kind of retroactive, if you want to use your action as a kind of retroactive shot up at them, I wouldn't deny you that. Archibald is prepared enough to have taken that shot.
Yeah, as long just get one pot shot off, right?
Sure.
At whoever, is a viable target.
Yeah, he certainly could have. It was the androids that were firing down at you. So go ahead and make that attack. Let's see.
Should be one less android.
That with their almost full cover bonus is not going to hit.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh right. Yeah. I guess that is okay. Well,
Was Archibald full warrior?
oh, I am. Is it worth forcing the hit? Probably, because I'm not really too worried about because I've got. Let me see. Yeah, it's probably good. It's probably better. Yeah. Ego. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, let's go ahead and force the hit, because that's a really good damage roll.
It is a really good damage roll. They cannot roll that many hit points. Even when I do maximize the first hit die, which is how I was supposed to handle it before, not just giving them a minimum of 10. So one of the androids goes falling into the drink.
And then hopefully I don't take too much fire, and you then regret not having the negated hit. I guess technically I'm wearing the equivalent of armored vac suit, right? At best.
Yeah, I think so, because
Okay.
even so, you could have an armored undersuit on.
So just so I understand it, we were getting wind struck, but now the androids from above are shooting at us.
They've disabled the machinery that's lifting us, basically.
Mm-hmm.
In some form or other.
Okay.
They have. And they're no longer firing down at you. They've now moved to engage your security team, who saw what they did and,
Fine.
didn't return fire, started firing.
Cool. I'm walking up the chain. It's
Okay.
45 kilos of weight, therefore I can walk up it.
Yes. You are also close enough to the wall of the pillar. It's because of the the various attachment points to make sure that it doesn't sway in wind. So anybody that wants to climb up that, there's like one of those metal, like what is it? A groove? A track. A metal track that the anchors flow up. That's also climbable with good exert checks. Marcus is able to just start moving up.
Yeah, Archibald's definitely following up after that.
Okay.
Or climbing up. We're trying to.
Let's go ahead and put up a initiative tracker here. I think this will be the easiest way to track it.
but I'm also
Suppose
fine
that
with
means
waiting
we need to
Can you
advanced.
guys hear me anymore?
Yeah, that's much better
Yeah.
so far.
I was under trying.
Mm.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not better, actually.
Might have spoken too soon.
No.
All right. Did any of you have special initiative stuff where you get to roll twice, or is it everyone pretty much straight on initiative?
I should be straight on this. Oh,
No,
I
I
guess
don't
I
have
need to
that
roll
feat.
it.
Not on this character.
Alert. Be first.
I can be first anyways.
Okay, we'll start rolling for them then.
That's the best initiative roll I've ever had.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
All right, I see Marcus, Izya, Uki, Archibald, and Amaya. I believe I've got everybody.
I just realized that just thought that the warriors are lucky in combat. No, it's not just luck. Thank you very much.
All right. Archibald, this should be your the what is it? The
My return
effective
fire shot.
yeah, penalty for taking that shot there. Although
That's fine.
not really a penalty, 'cause you did take one android out.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right.
Did it at least fall over the railing and fall past us with a Wilhelm screen?
Oh yeah. Well, no scream. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Yeah. It was continuing to try to aim its laser rifle at you. You only know it wasn't successful because you did not feel the pain.
Feel the burn.
Yup. All right, and on an android's turn, without any other. Quick. Without any other blah 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 targets, my mechanic for this is I'm going to roll their morale. If they succeed a morale check, then they've hit one of your people.
Gross.
I know.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
All right, and then I roll D4 on that.
Red shirt down. Oh no, they're going for tally.
Going for tally. Amaya.
Is that you saying it to the phone?
Couldn't hear you very well. Sorry. Okay. There it is. Okay, good. Go ahead and make an exert check. There are plenty of chains for all of you to try climbing up. And the chains will be more difficult than any kind of rope that someone up top could lower down for you.
I mean, surely the big old change, right?
I imagine they're a little bit slick with the water. I think that's why the ropes would be easier.
I'm not designed to be climbed either, so who knows if they're convenient with yada yada.
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
I'm just imagining like those big old like chains where it's like you can basically walk up them.
For this
But
one,
that's okay.
Nox, it's going to be strength. Okay. That passes, and Amaya is 1/3 of the way up. Oh, you could use 2 actions for that, so 2/3 of the way up. Izya?
I really
Yeah,
don't know
wow.
what to do. Is about the closest thing to a non-combatant we have.
You do still have telepathic contact with Bob Dallin.
Okay. Yes, that's true. I'm not sure how much use that is right now.
Neither am I.
Okay, well, what the hell? Bob, what's going on up there?
Has have Izya and Bob been talking before this, or is this the first time he's actually heard the communication?
I mean, I assume that since the theory we're working on is that we were using telepathic coordination. Absolutely, I've talked to Bob about something before.
Okay, so you've already gone over the whole who is this? Why are you in my mind? Am I going crazy? Bit, and Bob's in his state of fear. Tells Izya, I don't know. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know why they're doing this. I'm so sorry, Izya.
That's not very helpful, Bob. What can you see?
They're
I believe I can actually see what he sees if he lets me.
I don't think so. Not with
Visual images. I suppose it would have to be him creating a visual image for me.
Yeah, I don't think he's in a state of mind to be able to focus quite that much, but he can describe what he's seeing with enough clarity that Izya can give. Let's see. Nobody's up top yet. Marcus will be on his turn, but he won't be able to fire because of distance he'll have to have moved.
Well, then the next question is, do I currently have telepathic contact with any of our team up top?
Not with any of your team up top, no.
Can I change that?
If you want to use your action to basically direct one of them closer so that you can see and make contact with them, then yes.
Okay. Yes, let's do that. I'd like to make contact with Tally.
Okay. Tally, with a couple of commands and a quick explanation why, breaks cover and moves over near enough to the ledge. Clearly not as daunted by the 100-meter drop as a lot of people would be. And Izya can make telepathic contact with her.
Oh, this isn't quite what I had in mind, Tally.
Oh, what? I may have assumed a little bit. What were you intending her to do?
No, that's what I'm telling her.
Oh, gotcha. Tally is clear-minded enough that Izya can get a picture of what's happening up there, but
I
that
start
should
telling everybody else what's going on.
that should definitely be the end of his turn here.
It is. I figured it would pretty much have to be, but at least now they're not going up there blind.
Yeah, you're able to present an image so that nobody's going to get auto-attacked upon arriving. It's actually a bigger benefit than I had anticipated, so go you.
Hooray!
Android. is also successful, and Omikwa loses a red shirt. Robert is a special case. Robert is not just a regular android. Robert doesn't have to make any morale checks.
Damn it, Robert.
Give me just a second here. Let's see. Mikula is 2, so I should find a different color to represent that. Alright, yellow will do work fine. Yellow, orange, red for Omikua. Red being she died. What Izia sees through Tally as she peeks over cover is Robert's whole entire arms glowing with plasma and beaming out. He is obliterating the cover that people are trying to hide behind, and he looks dangerous.
One of those androids has some kind of cannon. I mean, that's really all I can do at the moment. But I'll keep telling everybody what's going on.
Do you? Yeah, I think if Izzy gives a little bit more description of what he sees, then I think those who have worked closer with Libra would actually recognize a big similarity here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair that Izzy gives as much detail as possible. So any of you who have worked with Libra and trained with Libra, particularly makes sense for the shooty types, recognizes that Robert is effectively the same as Libra in capabilities.
Which means big, scary weapons and arms.
Big, scary weapons and arms. Oogie.
Oogie is going to be climbing chains.
All right. Go ahead and give me an exert strength roll.
That's an 8. Is that sufficient?
Yes, it is. Sorry, I was looking at a different screen there. Yes, that is sufficient to climb chains and to use both actions and get 2/3 of the way up. Do you want to add any narrative to that?
Just that Oogie climbs primarily with his arms. He's not doing a shinny. He's hand over handing like the lean brawler that he is.
Okay. Tell me about a time that he almost slips on these rain and just atmosphere slicked metal chains.
That's right, dog. It's very, very tense. So he's in such a rush to get up. He's actually practically to the top, but in his haste and in the poor conditions, loses his grip with one hand as he's overhanding, and actually loses a couple of meters of progress before he manages to hook his arm around the chain again. And Izzy hears him in mind to mind, not talking to Izzy in particular, just kind of swearing at himself. Son of a bitch, that's twice in one day. Nearly died.
Marcus.
Marcus will climb up this chain.
Run up?
I mean, basically, yeah, just la 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 la.
I want to hear at least one reaction to seeing Marcus just run up the chain. We just heard from Oogie, so Archibald, go.
I can say covering fire probably doesn't really help me here.
No, I'm just looking for you know, what's going through his head as he
Oh.
sees this.
I'm, I suppose, jealous of the walking of the thing. Just I feel like that's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's like, well, that's not right. That's not quite fair.
All right.
Do they even know the meaning of failing that? Well, I guess it's 10 versus, yeah.
They can. It can. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but it's not very high. Since it's a 10.
Wait, how high up is the row?
I did skip past. I'm sorry. So I'll retcon this if need be, but yes, Marcus makes it to the top. And I see that over there, Nox. Marcus makes it to the top without taking an immediate attack, thanks to Izia being able to give you guys a tactical overview immediately. And Marcus sees the androids. I'm actually going to move them out of their boxes over here. Oh, whoops, that won't work. There we go. I'll just drag them one by one. And Marcus sees them arrayed out there, and they are retreating, but they're also being held at bay by your security forces, who are holding position at the crane. And you can see that they are trying to maneuver around, but you know the cliff face makes that a little bit difficult.
Is there any within melee range of me, or only rifle range?
We're getting a little bit coming through your mic there, Nox. There are some within melee range of you coming straight up on the winch there. It would be a little bit of a jump down for Marcus, but not something that would be that would even require any kind of skill check. He of course wouldn't be able to attack this turn because it did take 2 move actions to get up here.
Why? How far up was it? Sorry.
It was 15 meters.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Does Marcus want to draw his melee telekinetics and get into range, and at least deny that android the ability to be making attacks?
If that's possible, then yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's go ahead and move Marcus right up in front of... Let's see, I'll pick one that hasn't gone for you.
I'm pretty sure they know that these guys aren't very useful in melee.
Yeah, they're definitely not as strong in melee as you know, firing silenced invisible laser beams. Okay.
What I want to know is, how come Robert has to be so darn handsome? I don't want to mess up that face.
I ain't got no problem messing up that face.
It's actually a tactical advantage in order to enable him to do his job as an assassin. Darkstar has done a lot of longitudinal studies that show that handsome assassins have a better kill rate, so all their assassin robots are very handsome.
Yeah,
I believe
it's
it.
true.
I would die for him.
He is
I mean,
also...
let's try and not do that. That seems like a bad use of our time, but...
is also one of the androids that was not easily identified as an android. It's entirely possible none of you even knew. We hadn't gotten into it because there wasn't a whole lot of interaction between the androids, and he was acting as a human for most of it. Soon to be paperclips. Alright, and so I've already done 3, and hit Omikwa once more.
Uh-oh.
Android 2. Now that Marcus is up here, however, I'll change the formula just slightly. I'm going to mark their morale down 1 point.
I was gonna say because at 10, it's greater than 90% chance of succeeding.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Well,
Still gross, but you know. It's basically double their chance of failing, though. So you know, there's that.
mm-hmm. Okay. That is 2, or that one. This one over here. I had debated long and hard whether it should be a reduction by 1 for each PC above, or 2 for each PC above, and it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest.
Yeah.
So you've got some exposed named people there. The last one to go over here is the one that's right in front of Marcus. He will not be firing on any of them. The android in front of Marcus does try to slam him. The rifle is very quickly slung to his back, and it sinks into a couple of attachment points. And he tries to put an elbow to Marcus.
And like hits him, but like Marcus looks down, just seeing like there's a ripple go over him. Oh.
Okay. The android is rethinking its tactics. Archibald.
Since it seems like shooting from down below is not going to do anything, I guess we start climbing.
Okay. Just as an alternate option, if you want to, your security personnel are firing back, and they can do things. They could try and maneuver one to, or harass and maneuver one so that they're nearer to the edge for Archibald to shoot, if you wanted.
It's just really disadvantageous being down here, anyways.
Okay.
So I feel like it's probably better to still get up there so I can actually. Yeah. So I'm gonna start climbing.
Okay.
Well, kind of.
Start being the operative word.
Yeah.
What was the problem here? What happened?
Probably trying to do it one-armed while I hold on to my rifle.
That certainly would present some difficulties, yes. All right, and looks like this is going to be the last fairly unshielded android attack on your named peoples. Oh,
Boy,
and
howdy.
that one would have been different if I had decided on 2 points, but
Too late now.
too late now.
What kind
3.
of weapon are they shooting? Is it laser or bullets?
They're using silence lasers. Yeah.
They're using silenced lasers, yeah.
One sec, let me read something.
Tally is dying.
One sec, I need to read something. I can't remember if
That's
lasers
not
are
ideal.
exempt.
Okay. What are you looking up there, Ben?
Impact some.
I think it's only against yourself.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? No, it's not against myself. It's against anything.
It doesn't say against yourself.
Oh, I thought it was.
I believe Crawford has clarified that it is only for the self.
Okay.
Even so, they don't qualify as physical attacks.
Yeah, that's what I was double checking was the physical part.
Yeah, so we can look at later if impact sump can be used against on other people, but for now it doesn't actually impact.
No worries.
Yep.
Most technically, yeah. The wording doesn't really specify.
Yeah, I'll look at what Crawford has said about it and make a decision. I'm not necessarily going to go exactly with what he says, but we can talk it out later. Let's put a counter on Tally. I believe I've got numbers here, right? Yes, I do. 0. 0 rounds have passed since she became mortally wounded. Amaya. With another exert
Okay,
check.
I should be more audible now.
Yes, you are. You are. With
Okay.
another exert check, Amaya can use 1 move action to move 5 meters, and then we'll basically be at the top of the crane and have a full move action to engage any android that she wants.
Yep. Exert. Strength.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Any of them in range?
There's androids. Yes. Let's just use as a rough guide. Each of these squares is 2 meters. So anyone within 5 squares of the edge over here is within your movement range. There's only 2 that are outside. Amaya can engage in melee any one of them. And they're scattered enough that she can get there without necessarily, without provoking any attacks from any of the others.
Okay, then I guess we're going after I can't ping. The one that is lower but 2 spaces out.
This one over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to move you?
That's what we've got for movement, right? Yeah, I can't even see where I am on the screen. There we go.
There you are. All right. And Isya.
I assume with Tally unconscious, the whole warning everybody thing is off the table.
The whole warning and everything is off the table. You have spared 2 people from automatic attacks, and now that we've got 2 people up here in combat, the automatic attacks upon cresting are off the table. They can no longer do that. So, I mean, again, more benefit from that than I had anticipated.
Should I make an attack roll, or was that the end of my turn?
Oh no, it was your main action effectively to move into position.
Gotcha.
I didn't actually finish what I was saying earlier though. You probably could have made a ranged attack if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll throw a knife.
Okay. So we'll put Amaya effectively over here. Sorry, we'll get back to you in just a second here, Aura. And
That's
go ahead
okay.
and throw your knife. That is not going to hit their AC.
Is there no shock damage on throwing weapons?
There's no shock on throwing weapons.
Gotcha. I don't even know what there we go. Turn order's taking up a quarter of my screen.
Oh. Sorry. You got a 12 on your attack for 8 damage.
Alright.
And did you want to turn that into an auto hit?
No.
Okay. Alright, Isya.
So, as I was getting to a minute ago, this doesn't leave me with a lot of options except one.
Climb?
No.
Okay.
I'm still in telepathic contact with Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Bob?
Yes, what?
Bob, your company's assassin droids just shot a young woman I care very much about, which obviously I'm not very happy about, but really, for your purposes, I should point out that her father is a very prominent man locally.
Oh no. I don't know
so
why they're
Bob-
doing any of this.
Bob, I need to ask you a question right now. Bob, do you want a new job?
Let me 1 moment here. Where did I put those specialists? Oh, I guess I didn't need to do this. I can just click on Bob and yes, he does.
I like you, Bob, and you've been pretty much straight with us. So if you'd rather work for us than Spectre Star owing to these developments, you should start helping now.
You hear the jumble of thoughts going through his mind of how he can explain and excuse himself to go take care, to try and revive that young woman over there. And the intense fear he feels as the android that he's trying to explain this to is giving him absolutely no response whatsoever. He rushes over to Tally. The overwhelming image in his mind of himself sprawled out with a big gaping and simmering hole in his back. But it doesn't come to pass. He makes it to Tally and is going to try and fuss over her.
Thank you, Bob. I knew we understood each other.
Why did I close his character sheet? Oh, I didn't have his character sheet open. I just used my special stuff. All right. So the difficulty without a medkit is 10. I'm going to say that Bob is skilled in this. Well, proficient.
Oh, snap.
Oh man, okay. How the dice want to
Live.
All right. Tally is stabilized. She is fragile. If she takes any more damage, she will be killed. However, the androids will not be targeting her.
Well,
all right.
That's about as good a use of my turn as I'm going to get. Is there
Yeah.
any plausible way that
was
doesn't
pretty good
involve climbing for me to get upstairs?
If someone can,
Waiting for us to.
yeah, if someone can fix the crane, then that's one way. That's actually the only way. I'm sorry.
Well,
Or
I guess I'll just go ahead and secure the cargo then.
lowering a rope will let you climb without a skill check.
Well, if anybody gets around to that, that's great. But I think probably we're going to have other priorities for a bit.
Okay. Android 6. I have already adjusted their morale. Making sure that, yes. Android 6 is not in melee combat with anyone. They are, it's not that they're specifically trying to target your team. It's just that they are in an ongoing battle with your team, and
They're
those
good at
are
their jobs. You don't
those are
really
the
need to make excuses.
targets that they're choosing. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sunny.
I bet Bob's about to wish he hadn't switched sides. Oh no, okay.
I actually am going to put Bob over there as a future target.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's not a big target.
But he's a valid target.
He's a valid target. Like Sunny, he's going to get effectively 2 hit points, meaning that if they are targeted, it's not that they're tough enough to take the hit. It's more that they're not really a combat target. They're not a high value combat target. They just happen to get some collateral damage. But it is still a risk of them going down from that. Robert, Robert is not going to roll a morale check again. He is going to target the people that he immediately assesses as bigger threats than your security team. Well, including Omikawa. Omikawa is included as a bigger threat. So let me roll 2d3 for him.
Hi, everybody.
I should have just rolled 1d3. I'm only taking the first die of this as the person that he does not target, which is Omikawa. So Marcus and Amaya are being targeted by Robert. The first one of these is against Marcus. Oh, it was supposed to roll twice. I'll fix that in a second.
Oh, 9 damage.
All right. Does do those both hit?
Both against me? Yeah.
No. The second one is against Amaya.
Oh, okay.
Let me triple check my AC. But I'm fairly certain it hits.
Yeah, neither of you have benefit of cover right now.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
And so I'm going to say no, it doesn't.
Okay. Robert has a bead on both Marcus and Amaya, but seems to have shifted more of his attention on Marcus, and his beam against Amaya goes wide because...
Apparently warriors are lucky.
Well, what's your fiction here, Nox? How did Robert's plasma burst pass by Amaya?
I'm going to say that Amaya was positioning behind the android immediately in front of Robert.
Okay.
So that it wouldn't be as easy as target.
All right. Oogie.
So I have an important mechanics question here,
Mm-hmm.
and if you can't give me an answer to it without spoiling things, I'll understand. My unarmed combatant talent, level 2 allows my attacks to count as TL4 weapons for the purposes of overcoming advanced armors.
Mm-hmm.
Would combat androids be considered equipped with advanced armors, or are they personnel?
No, most combat androids, well, the combat androids that you guys know about will not. It's possible that Libra or Robert may break that, but basically your unarmed combat 2 is so that you can attack people in powered armor.
Okay. And knowing that, I'm willing to at least try engaging with Robert. If this was a sure thing that it wasn't going to work,
Mhm.
I would consider my options there. So first I got to make an exert check just to get up to the top, though.
Yes.
All right.
Normally, power armor is just immune to TL3 and below weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this just bypasses that immunity.
It lets you
Right. No, I understand that. It's just a matter of, if I engage with him, am I even sufficient threat to stop him from using his ranged attacks?
Yeah, fair enough. It's a good question. Nothing that you've seen from Libra or Robert so far would give Oogie any reason to believe that he could not affect him.
Okay.
They're not especially defensive oriented.
So I think 10 is more than enough to get me up to the top.
It is. That's your move action. You have a main action left.
So Oogie pops up onto the crane and kind of bounces on his heels for a couple of seconds as he sizes up the situation. And he sees Robert, which I think that Izya had given us all an impression of what was going on up here
Mm-hmm.
before. And so he points at Robert and he goes, "I'm coming for you, pretty boy. I'm going to mess up that face of yours." And he's going to engage with Robert.
All right. Oh, there you go. Marcus.
This android next to me has been a pain. It shall no longer be a pain as I will inflict it upon it. Oh. Yeah, I slice at the android next to me, just kind of like doing a slashing motion and just kind of like trying to boot it off the edge.
Okay. Oh, I didn't even see the thing come up. Would you do me a favor and condense the extra text in there at some point? Doesn't have to be right now, but just in the future, go ahead and condense that down to maybe a good description of like how he attacks, but shorter. And 22 is definitely going to hit. Let me roll his hit points. Why did I keep closing character sheets, and I don't know why I keep closing character sheets. All right. His first die is maximized, so that gives him 9 hit points. And he is down. Okay. The loss of an android has not put them into full retreat yet.
Once that is done, do I have enough movement to get next to Robert as well?
Yes, you do. And I did say that they're split far enough apart that you wouldn't take any attacks of opportunity. They are taking cover at different places, so you can
Let
be.
me know where's best for me to like fit, basically. Whether that be up
Yeah,
below
that works. I'm gonna move Oogie just a little bit. I like the combatants that are in melee to actually have a touching border. Alright, so Marcus is now engaged with Robert also. Android 3. Have I... Oh my gosh, I closed their freaking sheet again. Why do I hate me? Okay. I am going
Are you
to...
looking for like deep reasons, or are you willing to entertain the hypothesis that it's a self-perpetuating cycle of closing things and being frustrated that you close them, and that's why you hate yourself?
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Okay. This one, I reduced it by 2 for you guys having significantly more numbers up here. Is not going to target one of your NPCs. It's going to target Oogie. Well, Marcus also took one out, so we'll roll the die. 1 is Marcus. Marcus took one out, and Oogie put up a big threat. So Marcus it is.
I don't suppose any of these androids can be bot scrapped.
They could not.
Dang.
No, I checked this
Yep.
previous session.
Does the fact that we are engaged with their ally matter?
It doesn't affect their attacks at all. No.
Okay.
Marcus, the intense searing heat of invisible and silent lasers hits his telekinetic armor. He knows that he's been targeted.
Michael just smiles at the sudden warmth on this probably cold day.
Oh man! All right, we got 1d4 now. Oh, Mikoa.
Well, shit.
Yep. Omiko is dying, has had a laser sear straight up her collarbone, or their collarbone, and across their neck. Is going to need medical attention. think this one is too close for me to roll and see if he attacks you guys. We're gonna put this attack against Oogie. The androids that were taking cover and firing on your security team, those that were nearer have taken note of the threat that Oogie and Marcus pose and are aiming their attentions at you guys. So Oogie does a 15 hit
Yes, a 15 hits.
for 4 damage. Alright. And number 1 is dead. Archibald.
I suppose we try climbing again, unless any of them enforced near the edge. Where am I positioned after not being particularly successful climbing? By the way, I guess is my real question here.
In
Yeah.
the water, about 100 meters down.
you can have made it 5 meters up, giving you
Okay.
the option of sliding back down and taking a shot, or spending your a move action trying to make it up.
And we'll be trying to move up because it's a really disadvantageous position down there.
It certainly is.
And hey, that's much better.
All right, so Archibald can make it up to the crane. It's not exactly a great place to fire from, but someone who is trained in sniping is probably familiar with not great
least-
places.
At least next turn I can, yeah.
Oh, you can fire this turn. That was only your move action.
Oh, okay, cool. They've got him. I'm just gonna try to take down one of the ones that's not tied up,
Okay.
whichever one that may be. Dang. My damage roll.
Your damage rolls. Hello, Striker.
There's a lot of fury behind this one.
Were you wanting to take out one of the androids that are still targeting your security, or are you trying to save your PCs?
I'm trying to save the security. Basically, I wanted anyone that's not locked into melee, basically.
Okay.
Oh, but you're saying the ranged are kind of either or, right?
Yeah, there's 2 ranged up front that are firing.
Honestly, I don't think Archibald would know the difference. So I feel like it's kind of a coin toss because I've been kind of down below and they have invisible lasers. So
Okay.
I don't know if Archibald would have the information to even know the difference. But regardless, I'm shooting at ones that are at range.
Roll me a D2 then. All right. He can't roll enough hit points to overcome that damage, so another android is taken out by Archibald's laser rifle. He's finally getting the use.
Yeah.
Laser sniper.
And retrospect, I probably should do a. I need to try my Overwatch thing, but that would probably be a little awkward to lay down covering fire in my position. So it's best I can do is one shot.
Fair.
I'll say that. Next turn we'll try it out if I can.
Okay.
If the fight's still going on. Anyways, that's it for me.
All right. And it has been a new turn since Omikawa was hit, so that is a 1. This android is firing at Oogie. Pew pew pew. Oh wait, sorry. The sound their guns make is
You hear the faintest click as the trigger's pulled.
yes. So 17, I believe, hits Oogie.
That'll hit. Yep.
For
The first one was just a light glancing blow. This one punctures, and Oogie winces with an audible grunt as his threat has drawn so much attention.
Oof, that's a terrifying thing to be being blasted by invisible fire.
There's invisible fire flying all around up here.
Mm-hmm. Amaya.
Amaya is going to be attacking this android. They were attacking before.
That
Something
would
else.
be this one, I believe.
Yes.
South of Robert.
Yep.
But moving up to attack.
All right.
And if we succeed, Amaya is going to be moving through.
That is not going
It's
to
not
hit.
happening today.
Nope.
Nope.
The shock still does damage, however.
They're guaranteed to have at least 9 HP, aren't they?
They are guaranteed to have at least 9
Yeah.
HP. So I'll go ahead and roll, just so that we know how far they are. That first die is maximized, so that's +5, total of 15 hit points.
Okay.
7
Either
left.
way, they're dead on the next attack.
Yeah. All right, Izya, with Tally stabilized, she's able to, she's not able to act. She's not unconscious, but unless Izya would have cut off the telepathic communication, on feeling and seeing the searing pain that shot through her, he still has it.
Okay, great. I don't have any idea what to do with it other than tell her to get to cover, but great.
She has. She's actually been dragged to cover by Dallin, and she is also,
Well,
however.
in that case, Bob the medic is getting more instructions. He needs to go help the other woman who's down.
But we do have Sonny, the actual medic, too.
You do have Sonny, the actual medic.
Well, okay, Sonny can go ahead and take care of Meatloaf instead. I'm happy to give instructions to anybody who can save the lives of these people bleeding out on the ground. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
That works. Sonny will move on over here, and Sonny does have las patches. Sonny is a medic. I don't. It doesn't. Oh, it does have to be rolled because there's a +1 to this difficulty. This is a difficulty 7 check for Sonny.
Don't fuck up, Sonny.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, wait, why's it got LOL on it?
Because Sonny needed to roll Snake Eyes to fail this.
Oh, so the LOL is just supposed to represent Snake Eyes, huh?
The LOL was me even
Not
making
like
the roll.
That's a 1 in 36 chance. It's not that terrible.
That's fair. It is.
It's crazy that things have happened.
Yep.
I've seen 1 in 400 chances all the time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's anything else that Izya can do? Aura?
Sure, absolutely, but not a lot that he can do that are useful at the moment. So
Contact the authorities.
they probably already know. But yeah, what the hell? I'll call the cops. That sounds good.
Okay.
In fact, hang on. The fellow from what do you call it? Space Japan. Is he still in the boat with me?
He is. Yes.
Juzo.
Hey.
Buddy. What's going on, man?
I don't know.
Well, can you get up there? Can you get us up there? Can you call the, can you do something?
I am not putting myself in line of fire. My work is more important. Your security will handle this.
Oh, I see. I see.
He's saying he's not a combatant.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps there's someone you could call. Maybe you'd like to report that Spectre Star has ambushed you during this mission that we so delicately negotiated. I don't know.
Maybe let them know in case things do really go bad, so they have more information.
Things like that. You're probably new at this, but somebody should probably be informed on your end. Is all I'm saying.
He moves out of his position of cover enough to activate Data Slab, so he's not, he wasn't cowering, but he was definitely in a position of cover that would have made it difficult for him to, get up on the phone. He moves back into his cover as soon as he can, but he is trying to establish a link with the Shining Garden.
Okay, I will try to establish a link with Tally's father. while I'm at it. That may take me a while, though, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Sure.
Hey, you know how you let her go? Yeah,
it's gonna be
immediately
simple.
got shot.
Spectre Star just shot your girl. Period.
We'll
We'll see how that works out for them.
Let's do that next round. We'll prepare
Yeah.
to make a connect roll to try and get through the bureaucracy and get to
Sure.
someone of importance.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
All right. Android over here is still rolling on the morale to see where it's targeting. And it is targeting nearby threats. All right. Oh wait, I said none of them were doing that now, didn't I?
I don't recall what you said on that front, actually.
I honestly I don't either.
Then roll with what you just did.
Yes, I think the check against the morale of 6 is a really good chance of targeting you guys. So, this is going to be against Amaya, who has come up with a obvious threatening spear.
As one does when one
As
finds things.
one does. Does a 19 hit her AC?
A 19 just barely hits.
3 damage.
I'll take the 3.
Yeah. I figured. All right. So Robert, in a bit of a different situation than he wants to be in here, is going to try and smash Oogie.
Robert, smash.
Oh, does a 14 hit?
At least take him out to dinner first.
A 14 most certainly hits.
All right.
I've only got 13.
9 damage.
So Oogie takes a fist to the face, and his head snaps back, and then he snaps it forward again, blood streaming down his cheeks, and he just glares at Robert, and he goes, "That's what I'm about to do to you, pretty boy."
Let's make good on that threat, Oogie.
All right. Hold on. I got to adjust my HP and then hit a attack roll here. And there we are.
Don't duff it.
And I'm going to duff it. That's how this works.
Oh, don't duff it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to
Yeah,
duff it.
Do not do that thing, is what we're getting at.
Does that hit Robert? That does hit Robert.
And that's nearly as much damage as I can deal, so that's about as much face rearrangement as Oogie can manage.
Robert headbutts his fist. And appears no worse for wear for the for the effort.
Oh, we can see his health bar, by the way.
Oh, can you? I'm fine with seeing what you see in the health bar as long as you don't see the actual numbers.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we can see the numbers.
Yeah, no, I actually like you being able to see the health bar because it gives you a little bit of visual indication.
What if I go into the options menu? Can I turn on damage numbers?
You cannot.
Oh no, you can see the damage numbers.
I mean, I'm telepathic. I might be able to.
Did you take the synthetic adaptation?
Not yet.
Oh yeah, because he's a dot.
Not
He's
yet.
a robot.
All right, Marcus. In an all-out brawl between Oogie, Marcus, and Robert, and Robert is face tanking.
Literally face tanking. Before we move on to Marcus, I got a question. You say he looks no worse for the wear. Like, is there even cosmetic differences? You know, like, have I messed up his synth skin? Because that's really all I was aiming to do. Literally mess up his pretty face.
Nope, not even that. He's made of space porcelain.
We're
It's
gonna
advanced polymer.
roll high-low. Which do you want? High or low? Basically, flipping a coin.
Low.
All right.
Because Oogie is somebody's friends in low places.
So, unfortunately for Oogie, and perhaps his ego, probably his ego, no. Marcus's steel forehead and the soft synthetic skin that makes him look so human and so pretty is perfectly fine. His hair isn't even out of place.
Marcus sees this and he's going to try and essentially try and see if he can scuffle up the hair. You know, he's going to go for a scalp.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna hit, and that's gonna do some damage. And at this point, I think that yes, there are cuts in the synthetic skin, scalp and face that reveal the very hardened shell of a combat android chassis beneath.
And that is all I can do.
Okay. Android, that one is out. This one is, I'm going to say, close enough to the Roberts fight that is not going to fire on your NPCs. In fact, I'm going to say that Asta is the only remaining NPC that will be targeted.
They're only
And-
threat remaining over there.
And only by this one back here. So, this guy bursting at Marcus. 17 hit?
Ow.
Oh, does that?
Ow. Ow.
Yeah.
They're rolling their minimum damage, so it's like
3 damage. The other one is also bursting at Marcus. I don't think a 6 is going to hit.
I think it's a case of like it shoots Marcus, he like bends his like he reaches down to like rub it, and the other one just goes over his head.
Missed by accident or missed by comedy error. Archibald.
So I'm gonna join pretty much this side of towards our personnel.
Okay. You can find
'Cause I presume
cover.
they're- Yeah, find cover over there. And I wanted to I guess we'll try out the covering fire thing, right? I guess I'll give if asked. Well, I mean, does anyone need to reposition in particular? Not really, right?
At this point, no.
Me, but not a lot we can do about that.
I can provide you covering fire. Not that it lets, but it doesn't really help you because already climbing up the chain's not really an issue.
Arguably, Sunny and Amitlo need to get to cover,
Is
but
You could
Yeah.
get.
Oh yeah. I'll provide cover fire for Sunny.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause that's the whole lets them. I have the whole Overwatch thing that lets them just sacrifice their move action instead of their main action.
Okay.
And and basically, let me see. And the Overwatch focus, this one lets me basically take a snapshot still as well.
Okay.
That's a target that doesn't have cover. Which for where I'm at now, they no longer have cover, right?
The androids in the back do. The androids that have turned their attention more towards Marcus and Oogie do not. So these two up front don't have cover from Archibald.
Okay.
And that's more due to him choosing good positioning than them actually not having cover. They didn't leave
Yeah.
their cover to attack them.
Yeah.
You were just able to maneuver.
When I've just moved to another angle, yeah.
Yeah, you flanked them.
I mean, maybe because there's no penalty to shooting into melee, right?
There is not, no.
Honestly, I was hoping you could steal my kill there so
I
that I
was
can
gonna say,
run
yeah,
into Robert.
Yeah,
Please.
Okay, yeah. So I lay down my covering fire. And I'm gonna take my pot shot at this one then.
Okay.
So this is with the -4. Come on, -4. Nope.
And you already
Damn.
used your force a hit.
Yep.
Okay.
So be it.
If it's
That
any
wouldn't hit
consolation,
without the
that
penalty.
wouldn't have no, yeah.
Come on, +11. What are you good for?
All right. Well, that android is going to try and smash Amaya. I don't think a 4 will do it.
It does not.
All right, Amaya.
We're killing this guy. He's
Yeah.
just dead.
Yep.
Shock damage.
And then we're moving on to Robert.
You can roll if you want to, but you don't need to.
I'm not. No, he's dead.
Okay. And you move on to Robert. Let me roll. We'll quick adjust some things here. There we go. Whoops, one too far. So I am rolling a proper combat morale check for them, and they are not breaking.
They wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
They are robots.
Yep. I'll roll one for Robert as well, and he is also not breaking.
For all that
my-
talk of not wanting to die, he sure is itching to die now.
Amaya can move up and engage him. Izya.
I am gonna call Tally's dad,
All right.
or at least I'm gonna try. I think you wanted a contact roll.
I do. A
it.
connect with charisma.
Okie doke. Connect. There. Charisma.
Okay. Izya is what approach is he taking?
Let's see. I could just ask Tally how to do it. I feel like she wouldn't tell me.
Tally isn't feeling so well, right?
She's stabilized, she's conscious, she's she's very short of breath. She won't be running any marathons anytime soon. But she could talk.
Well, do I have a way to contact Everest Station?
Contacting Everest Station is not a difficult prospect. You've got a number.
I start there.
Okay. And what kind of approach is he taking as far as navigating the bureaucracy? Is he screaming, "Tally's been shot! Tally's been shot"? Is he?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
Good Lord. That's not going to work out.
Sir, this is the third prank call we've received about Tally being shot.
No, I'm gonna. Well, I know her family name, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I start there. Excuse me, I'm trying to reach so and so.
Okay. So he's taking a polite approach with. Am I wrong in saying that he would have a sense of urgency to it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's definitely some urgency here, but the main thing is, I don't want to offend anybody. I just want to get through to the man in charge.
Okay.
'Cause apparently that's who he is.
Okay. Izya is not able to connect to the man in charge this turn, but he is making good progress, blazing speed through the bureaucracy. Given the urgency of the actual situation, I assume he's giving some small details.
Right. Well, yeah, no, there's a incident happening down here at Port. What's it called?
Dominica Point. Mm-hmm.
At Dominica Point. I need to talk to him in particular. He's going to be concerned about what's going on down here.
Okay. And Izzy's getting a little bit of pushback about, there's proper authorities and all that. But as a mechanical matter, Izzy will reach the man next turn.
Okay. Well, that's probably not going to make me super popular with Tally, but it may be the right move. So, one problem at a time.
Okay. This android over here. I'll put the morale back down so that I can decide if they're taking that last shot at Hartman.
Plan B was to ask if I could have Asta shoot back, but I think we'll go with this plan.
Oh, they have been. They have been. Your security team has not been sitting there waiting to receive fire. I'm abstracting their combat into this. They absolutely have scored some hits, and more importantly, denied the androids direct access to the crane, which is what they were trying to reach. That was their objective, to put you guys actually in the water.
Oh, that's fine then.
Yeah. So obviously, with only Asta remaining to fire back, the effect of the security team is greatly diminished at this point. But you guys have jumped in to compensate. Speaking of compensating, this android is firing at Amaya, I think. Oh.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yep, that's 11 damage there.
Yep. Going down to 15.
All right, Robert is next. Well, Robert is going to try and fire his plasma cannons at you. He can do that in melee. He does suffer the penalty for it, though. I don't know if this will let me modify it when it's rolling 2 attacks. Oh, yes, it will. Good. So...
Can you define you?
Wait, so what's he trying to do?
Oh, yes, I should tell you who he's firing at. Alright, I will roll another d3 to see who he is not targeting.
He's trying to shoot a plasma projector at what? Where?
He is able to fire it in melee. He's able to fire it as if it is a single-handed gun.
Oh, okay.
So Marcus is the one that is not being targeted. This means that the first attack that shows is against Oogie, and the second against Amaya. Oh, I'm sorry, Tulair.
Big oof.
Oogie is bleeding out.
Okay.
Oh, gods.
Oh no, the plasma melted. The plasma cauterized the wound.
Great. Veins welded shut.
Oof.
So Oogie is at -2.
Oh. Okay. Oogie, it's your turn. I will note, because I know that you're not as tactically and mechanically inclined, if you want to, Oogie could make a snap attack and attack at the same time as Robert. It should have been declared before I rolled, but like I said, I know that you're not as tactically and mechanically inclined. Because it comes with a -4 penalty that you either need to decide, is Robert going to hit me and I need to do this now and take the penalty, or am I risking that Robert would not hit me and take me down? Do you want to retroactively have made that snap attack?
I do want to retroactively have made that snap attack, yes. Knowing that I was at 9 hit points and knowing the kind of damage that these things have been dealing, it would have been in my favor to attempt an attack.
Yeah, go for it.
So it's a melee attack at -4?
It is.
Okay.
Is there...
Back to that. -4.
And actually, that also applies to anybody who wants to try and, well, you can't interrupt him, but so I guess it does apply to anybody. Anybody could have. It wouldn't interrupt him.
So the real question here now is, does that deal shock damage?
Not to him. His AC is not 15 or below. His AC
Okay.
is above 15.
So Oogie Oogie sees the plasma cannon arm coming up and pointing at him point blank, and tries to do some basically an elbow lock on Robert. I can't see his name, on Robert, and finds that those implacable metal arms are simply not capable of being deflected or bent. And while he's struggling with the arm, the cannon goes off and just scorches him. He's lying on the ground, his chest a smoking mess.
Okay. And just for clarification, a snap attack would have actually interrupted his attack. I was wrong to say that it wouldn't. It's only when two people both snap attack that they both attack at the same time. So if Marcus or Amaya had an action and they wanted to, they could have tried to interrupt that.
I believe there's also like a snap defense, but don't quote me on that. And it wouldn't have helped here.
Wouldn't have helped here, no. Yeah, that's also another option you could have taken there, Talair, is an instant defense, but yeah, it wouldn't have helped here. Alright. Well, Oogie, it's your turn. Sorry.
What does one do in these circumstances? I think I'm unconscious, right?
You're unconscious, but if you'd like, you can take control of Sunny, because Sunny will absolutely run up into battle. She is a combat medic. Military combat medic. She will absolutely run up and try and drag Oogie to cover, and then on her next turn will apply last patch.
She doesn't have to. Marcus can just touch him and it's good.
Does Marcus have a no, there wouldn't be any stims.
He has a last patch, if that's what you're asking. He has 3 of them.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I got hung up on the just touch him wording and other abilities that are like, bioscience. Right, Marcus can very quickly apply a last patch.
There's an alternate action, basically, yeah.
I will not have Sunny run out into a firefight with the plasma-wielding maniac android then.
She could also drag Oogie away from him and keep him within reach of Marcus. It's still very in character for her to do it.
We do forget Marcus is a medic sometimes.
Oh, we do.
He's a pharmacist.
Well, see, pharmacists aren't medics.
They can be.
So do you want her to at least move Oogie out of Robert's immediate stomping range and keep him near Marcus?
If you think that is in character for Sunny, then yes, I will admit to having her try to rescue Oogie from his ongoing bad decisions when it comes to combat situations.
Go ahead and give her a skill check. She's needing to hit a difficulty 7 with this, and she is proficient.
I forget how to do...
Hold shift and double click on her token.
So character sheet, and then just...
Over on the quick rolls box on the right, the top right, you can click the +4 skill.
Okay. Got to come up with an evocative name for this.
It is called Combat Medic, or background. Oh, you're naming the skill. Gotcha. I'm gonna go ahead and move to Marcus while you're typing that out.
11.
Yeah, she easily makes it, and avoiding the areas of danger from other androids, drags Uki over to for both her and Marcus to quickly work. Marcus, no rounds have passed, so the difficulty with the last patch is only 6. Can you even fail that?
On turn action, heal, push, push, push.
And go ahead and take a +1 from Sunny here.
Oh, okay. 10.
Yep. Oogie is no longer dying. He is stable. He can be conscious if you want him to be, but he's not able to contribute meaningfully to combat or really anything strenuous.
Yeah, he's awake and babbling nonsense.
Okay.
I mean, more than usual.
And Tulare, if you'd like to continue controlling Sunny, she will. She's like I said, she's a trained combat medic. She's more than willing to continue engaging in this fight.
All right, yeah, I will handle an NPC then. Although I
Okay.
do need to step away for just another moment again.
Oh, no problem. Marcus, you still have both your actions.
Marcus will attempt to kneecap this dude now. That is taking Oogie down.
All right.
And I miss. That is my turn.
That's a miss. Android 2. Laser rifle at... I think Archibald has shown himself as a threat, so...
Pew.
Laser rifle at Archibald.
Bring it. I've got full health.
That's okay, that's gonna miss.
Also that. That would have hurt though.
It certainly would have. The other one that's right here and has been targeting at Marcus is going to do the same. That is also going to miss. And that brings us back to Archibald.
Alright, return. Actually, probably bring out Robert. He's demonstrated.
Yeah, no, Robert is the big threat here.
Yeah. Let's just put him down the old-fashioned way. I'm not going to do any covering fires.
You mean the enemy that rolls a 23 with a -4?
Well, you know, and that one's still not going to hit, huh?
And that one is still not going to hit him. Nope.
But that damage roll, though.
That damage roll would
Jesus,
have
dude.
done some hurt.
That damage rolls are great.
Amaya.
We're going after Robert. He tried. Fucking Marcus tried to kneecap. I'm gonna try and take out one of those arms.
That hits for 8
But for
damage.
minimum damage.
And it is enough. Oh, I was looking at somebody else's hit points earlier. I'm not going to take that away from you. I clicked on Marcus, and when I was trying to click on Robert, Marcus has 8, Robert has 9.
Let's flip him around.
I'm not going to take that away from you. I said that takes him down. It does. And with Robert down,
The other shut
reinforcements enter the field.
down. Oh, thanks.
Oh
y'all.
boy!
And they assist you in gunning down the other androids.
Only though the way is clear. They're like, oh yeah, we'll...
Oh, the good kind of reinforcements. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, our reinforcements for us.
Reinforcements for you.
Mostly unconscious and just like lying on the ground. Like Oogie sees Robert fall, and his face, still perfect, is just like lying there on the ground. A perfect android face. And Oogie just starts like nudging it with the toe of his boot.
He's giving you a winning smile.
Well, why would you say that about people who just swooped in and
Yeah.
saved you from
To
certain
help
death?
save us. Yeah, to help save us. Uh-huh.
We don't need to continue out the combat. You're able to dispatch the other androids who do not, even at this point, stop fighting against you. Izya,
Combat's over. Let's fix the lift.
before we do, Izya, you
Oh yeah, let's get this shit back up here.
yeah, as the gun battle is continuing on above you, you get the update, the mental update from your crew and from Tally that the Spectrestar Technologies agents have moved into a position, and this is going to be a slaughter, it's a massacre. And they're firing on the androids. Okay, never mind. This is good. And you get through to Tally's father, Councilman Morant.
Hello, Councilman.
Yes, what is this about a disturbance on Dominica Point?
Yeah, there's a disturbance on Dominica Point, Councilman.
Speak quickly and give me more details. Why are you disturbing me about this?
Well, your daughter may have seen fit to tell you that she had something to take care of on the surface.
She said she was going back up to that ship.
She did, and then she came down here to help us conclude our
Fool girl.
business. At which point, Spectrestar shot her.
They did what?
You heard me. She'll be all right. We've got her medical attention. But I thought you might want to know.
Well, yes, well, you can tell he's actually he's silent more because he's a little bit anxious and choked up here. Yeah, sign of emotion about his daughter. A show of emotion.
I don't know what there is between the two of you. I believe you two had considered it settled before she came back.
There's nothing between us. She's just a fool girl who just wants to go off and jump in the jaws of danger everywhere she goes, and you're not proving her wrong.
On at least 2 occasions, I myself would have died without her help. We couldn't have done what we came here to do without her. She's very good at what she does. Today wasn't
And is
her
that
day.
supposed to make me feel better? You, an art scavenger?
Oh, did you know me?
Yes, I looked into every one of your crew.
I would be delighted to hear what it is you found.
Oops.
I don't remember anymore.
I'll be happy to tell you through the bars of a cell.
That's one way to go. Another way would be to help us sort this problem out, earn your daughter's gratitude, and perhaps convince her she has something to come home for.
Roll me a top charisma check.
It's simple, really. She's committed to our side at this point. All you're going to do is alienate her by making our lives difficult.
We'll
I don't think I'm
continue.
that convincing today.
We'll continue this conversation at your hearing.
We'll see.
Tulair. You're
If I
not
wasn't
wrong.
going to get super arrested before, I'm going to get super arrested now.
And I think that with that phone call and the Spectrestar
next
Technologies
episode.
agents turning the tide and helping you clean up the rest of the androids, that's a good place to wrap the session. Anybody have anything to add before I do close it?
I mean,
Yes.
the next fight is gonna be with Tally's dad, right?
Of course, he's the boss of this location.
There's an option B. He's just going to tell the others to get out of here and then wait for the cops.
Okay. That sounds like something for us to mull over plans over the course of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So considerate.
I'm sorry, did you say that more Spectrestar agents came and finished off the rest of the bots?
Yes, the Spectrestar
Human agent, specifically.
Yeah. The 3 human security that were there with you guys out in the ocean, out in the water. Once Robert was taken down, they had been moving into positions of cover to, ostensibly fight against you. But turns out that Spectre Star's sneaky. They were in good positions to shoot the androids in the back, and basically you guys in the crossfire were able to easily dispatch the other 3 androids.
Did Specialist Moses Baird not lend them a hand?
That's right. He was on. Hey, we did recover him, didn't
Oh
we?
yeah, let me put him back over here. He is not a combatant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, he was on our boat, so he may have been down there with Izia.
Yep.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. No, the specialists were not combatants.
Downstairs on the I'm not climbing that committee.
Yeah. All right. I will go ahead and put us in our stream ending page, and we'll do a quick review. I only gave us 5 minutes this time.